Fan is live and local with Fan Sports Saturday. The Fan Sports Day of the Week. Oh, this is some clever branding. Here's your host, place name here.
And that name is Tyvis Powell.
No.
He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. I'm the DJ, he's the rapper. Let's do that way.
No. I'd rather be DJ Jazzy Jeff. You could be Will Smith.
Fresh Prince?
Yeah.
Slap yo. I am Tito. He is Tyvis. Cole back there running things for us. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Going to be a great day today. We got a lot to talk about today on Fan Sports Saturday. Big weekend in college hoops. Jacob Reimer is going to join us here coming up in the next segment around 9:15. Rhyme Time, who is one of the hosts of Mad About Hoops, who you just heard from 8 to 9. Also, we've got John Gerber, our golf betting expert, coming on later on in the show. Kevin McGuff's going to join us. First, though, Tyvis, I got a dilemma.
I'm sure you do.
I always have dilemmas.
Not necessary. I doubt it's a dilemma, but let's hear.
It's a dilemma. By the way, the jacket. I want to talk about the jackets. I have a Jackets hat on. If you're on YouTube, you can see that. Big win for the Jackets.
You're a proud Jackets fan?
I'm a huge Jackets fan, yes.
I still got to go to a game.
Okay, that's the fact. First of all, stop saying you haven't gone to a game because that hurts your brand.
Why?
Because you need to just go to a game.
I know I do.
Okay, but don't keep saying.
But I want to sit on the glass. I want to push the glass.
You're like AC Green.
I don't know who that is.
Do you know who AC Green is, Cole?
Yes, celibate.
He was a virgin for years.
Oh, okay.
And he kept saying he was a virgin. I'm saying, stop telling us you're a virgin. Just go to a Jackets game, all right?
I mean, I'd be more like Tim Tebow.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, except his wife is pregnant, so that's different.
Well,
he's still celibate.
He was celibate before they got married, so I'm sure he
Here's my dilemma.
Engaged in other activities.
Wasn't AC Green celibate his whole career?
He was, yes.
Was he successful?
He got some rings.
He was the worst starter on his team, but he was a starter.
I don't know if he's the worst starter. He was bad, but
Magic, Byron Scott,
right.
James Worthy, him at the
Kareem.
4, Kareem.
Yeah, you're right. He probably okay.
Yeah, he definitely was the worst.
So here's my dilemma, Tyvis, before we get into all this other stuff. Because I want to praise the Jackets.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, I'm pleased with the Jackets.
Me too.
Okay, so my dad is dealing with cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I appreciate that. That's not the crux of the story, though. Look, I appreciate your
I would understand
sentiments.
that dilemma.
There's something bigger than that. And so I was supposed to take him to a radiation treatment yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And my car had issues. So I ended up having to take his car. My car's in the shop getting fixed. And I had to take his car. So I took him home after his treatment and then took his car. I've got his car out there in the lot today.
Okay.
I get in the car after he gets out of the car, and I start, just going through the stations, saved in his thing, right?
Yeah.
He's got Sirius XM.
Okay.
One of the stations I pop up, on the save stations.
49, 46, hip-hop.
I heard DMX.
Okay.
And I thought, did my dad save this hip-hop station? Did my 70-something-year-old dad, I'm not sure how old my dad is. Do you know how old your parents are? Do you know exactly how old your parents are? You they were born?
My mother was born in 67.
Okay. Cole, do you know how old your parents, if I said, when was your dad born, when was your mom born, would you know the year?
Yeah, 65 and 68. My dad turns 60 tomorrow, and that is weird.
Okay, happy birthday to Cole Sr. But I don't know my parents' years of birth, okay?
I feel like that's weird that you don't know that.
It's been up before on Man and Bone. I got ripped for it already. I honestly, I don't know. I go in there to check in to see if my dad's I'm at Riverside, and they say, what's your dad's birth date? I said, October 23rd. And then there's a pause. And I said, 46 or 47, I think. So anyway, nonetheless, all I'm saying, so my dad is old. Get it that way. And I was trying to figure out if my dad deliberately saved a hip-hop station in his car, or it's just something that happened when he bought the car and never got changed.
What difference does it make?
Because I want to know these things.
Why don't you just, you could just ask.
No, I'm not going to do that. This is better this way. So I don't know if he deliberately saved in a station that will play DMX.
Is it what number is it on the dial?
40, I can't remember the number because
48,
I was
49, 50.
I think it was
Probably 50.
It might be 50. But nonetheless, like you're going through, it's like CNN, Lawrence Welk, Elvis, DMX. And so it kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I'm not sure.
It sounds like he's a well-rounded figure. That's what it sounds like to me.
So I was thinking to myself, first of all, is my dad just that technologically slow, or is he hip?
He might be hip.
And then I realized his clock was set for 24 minutes later than it is. And I realized, nope, he just doesn't know.
No. He's hip. That's called CPT.
I don't think so. Anyway, Jackets get a big win last night, Tyvus, and they are now in the number one wild card spot in the NHL's Eastern Conference. They get a 3-2 win over Utah. Bodie's favorite team.
Utah, the hockey club.
The Utah Hockey Club.
They should just go with Outlaws.
Go with Outlaws? You want Outlaws?
Utah Outlaws. It sounds like it just kind of rolled off the tongue. Not the Utah
You know
Mammoth.
what the hell? They call it the Jazz, just like the Utah basketball team. Let's just do that, Tyvus.
I think you have copyright issues.
Do you know why they're called the Jazz in Utah?
Is Jazz started in Utah?
No.
I thought
Listen,
so.
they were they used to be the New Orleans Jazz. That was the name of the original franchise, New Orleans Jazz, which makes sense, right?
Jazz.
In New Orleans.
Okay.
They moved to Utah, and they just kept the name.
Oh, okay.
There's no Jazz. There's no lakes in L.A. The Lakers are the Lakers because of Minneapolis. They were called the Minneapolis Lakers, land of 1,000 lakes. There's 1,000 or 10,000. What's the number on that, Cole?
10,000.
10,000 lakes. Thank you, Cole.
They should go
nice
back.
research.
They should go back to Minneapolis because
They were the Minneapolis Lakers.
Well, they need to go back because they're not doing so hot in L.A.
They're okay in L.A.
Nah.
Anyway, I'm saying like that's a thing where like they kept their team name when they went, and same thing with the Jazz. The Jazz used to be the New Orleans Jazz.
So if the Cavaliers left Cleveland, they would be whatever Cavalier.
I don't know what the hell Cavalier is. What the hell's a Cavalier?
Isn't it like a? I don't know. It's a sword
What's a Cavalier,
fighter.
Cole? Cole's got this one too.
I think like a musketeer looking thing if you go by Virginia's mascot.
Okay. Oh, you're right. That's right. Virginia Cavaliers. They're copycats.
Who?
The Cavaliers are Cleveland.
Why not? Well, how you know the Cavs wasn't first?
I promise you Cleveland was not. I promise you Virginia was first. Virginia's one of our first states. Virginia's like a colony.
Don't do that.
I'm just telling you.
No, I'm about to. You know what?
Look it up.
I'm gonna do some research on that.
Research on that.
We ain't copying nothing. We are original in Cleveland.
Jackets get the big win last night. And one of the, if not, I think actually, I'll take it back. The best story in the NHL this year. With all the off-season things that went on with the Jackets, coaching change and all of this, and they've just been phenomenal this year. And getting this win on the road, they've improved to 9-14-4. And they've been on a tear, though, lately on the road since about the middle of December, which has been great. They are so much fun to watch. And
you was right.
Thank you. They play at Dallas Sunday at 6. They're in the middle of this run where they've got a bunch of road games going on right now, but a huge win for the Jackets.
When the last time you went to the Jackets game?
Okay, we're not going to play this game now because I know that I just ripped you for not going. It's been probably a year and a half since I've been to a game.
So why, if they're on this historic run, which probably was inspired by the Buckeyes, shout out to those Buckeyes, man. They just do a lot to inspire people. Yeah. But anyways, since that's happened and they're on this nice run and they're in the wild card seed, it looks like they probably will make the playoffs this year, which would be the first time since, 2019?
It's been a few years, yes.
Why aren't you there supporting them this year?
Because my wife wanted kids. OSU men played Illinois Sunday at 1. Our coverage will start at noon. The Fan Warmer Show with Timmy Hall. The OSU women host Washington Sunday at 5 o'clock at the Shop. We will have, like I said, Kevin McGuff on later on in the final hour of the program. But it's a huge show lined up today. So much to talk about. Coming up next, there's a big weekend in college hoops. Who better to prep us than our own Jacob Reimer? It is rhyme time next, folks. Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. The best time of the year for football is finally here. The big game has arrived, and fans are excited to see you'll be hoisting the trophy in New Orleans. You can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Check out their big game giveaway promo for your chance at $1 million in prizes. 25 winners will walk away with $10K in cash. 7,500 winners will get $100 in bonus bets. No deposit or bet required. Opt in today in the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
You hear that?
That's the sound of the new Tim Hortons pairings calling your name. Whether rushing to the car or grabbing a quick bite on your way to work, Tim's has a breakfast deal designed for your busy life. Choose from a warm small cup of coffee with our savory omelet bites or creamy avocado toast for just $4. Or grab a hearty grilled breakfast wrap with coffee for just $5. A delicious pairing at your convenience to tackle the day. At participating U.S. restaurants, excludes grilled breakfast wrap with beef. Terms apply.
Get ready for the big game and stock up on home team favorites like buy 5, save $5 deals at Meijer. Mix or match hundreds of items like assorted varieties of DiGiorno frozen pizza, 24 packs of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable, and Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue or marinade sauce. Buy 5, save 5 this week at Meijer. That's the good life. A good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in store or in the Meijer app.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 16 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com. Coughlin has the car for you.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and 7 weeks ago I decided to make a change, and now I'm down 37 pounds. Only 7 weeks to drop what probably took 5 years to put on. What's more wild is how easy it was, all thanks to Awaken 180. I'm chasing Willie around like it's nothing, throwing him up in the air, running after the dog, all kinds of good things. Something that used to leave me gassed. And you know what? If you're overweight, I'm sure that you can relate. Late nights, early mornings, football playoffs, none of it feels like it's slowing me down anymore. And those cravings that always got in my way, gone. Poof. What I thought would be a struggle has become second nature. The other guys here at the Fan were right. Awaken 180 gives results. And more importantly, the fast results we need to keep on going. My coach, Natalie, is the health guru. She helps me adjust to fit my crazy schedule from what to eat to when to eat. No meds, no gimmicks. Just a plan straight up that works and can work for anyone. If you want control, take control with Awaken 180. It is the choice to make. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Bishop and Friends.
No, I'm in Chattanooga.
Oh, I just guessed that. I didn't know that. So you went as far as Chattanooga. Corporal May is right on the doorstep.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Look here. These teeth?
Yeah?
They're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster. Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And everybody's had these pains, these little nicks, these things that you maybe had an injury when you were younger and you thought it went away. And then all of a sudden, as you get old, it starts to creep back. Doing everything, walking up the stairs, doing your favorite activities, golf, skiing, whatever it might be, the summer, the spring, the winter, it hurts. Hey, do not deal with it any longer. The hip, the knee, the shoulder, the back, whatever it is, there's good news. Go to QC Kinetics. They're groundbreaking treatments for that arthritis pain. They're going to make you feel better. The long-term relief, it's now possible. They're right here in Columbus under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sport Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. Don't wait. Make the call today. My dad and I did. His knee's starting to feel better. My knee feels better. They've got PRP treatments. They can change your life. I'm telling you right now. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus for your free consultation or give them a call at 380-228-4544. It's not going to go away on its own. They've got 2 offices in Dublin and Gahanna, so check them out.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Definitely need to layer up as you head out the door today. Temperatures only getting into the upper 30s to low 40s. A big difference from our weather on Friday. But as we go overnight tonight, it will be a cold night ahead with temperatures dropping below the freezing mark into the upper 20s. We will see Sunday with increasing clouds and temperatures much, much warmer, getting up around 50. But we could have a chance of some isolated showers as we go later into the day. Otherwise expected to be mainly dry. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Here's a listener tweet. Can I tase Common Man in the nuts? Fine by us, but he may like it. Common Man and Tebow.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan. We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Tyve has had an issue there. So, we've got Reimer coming on. I'll get him on in just a second. But nonetheless, there was a miscommunication on his phone number.
That's a shame.
Okay, so Cole and I are working through it. And because Jacob was expecting a phone call, he says, "Are you guys calling me?" Which we were.
He texted you that?
Texted me.
Okay.
And I tried to text in, "Give me a sec," because I was working with Cole to give him the right number. Straight up. Sec turned into sex. I texted Reimer, "Give me a sex." He has called HR. And now he's on the line right now. Jacob Reimer joins us here. Tyvis, you can't make this stuff up. It literally says, "Give me a sex." Big man in college hoops, Jacob Reimer. He is one of the hosts of Mad About Hoops. Airs every Saturday morning from 8 to 9. If you miss it, you can catch the podcast on 97 The Fan. And wherever you get your podcasts. Jacob, I don't want to sex. I just want to talk to you about
tactical error.
It was a big time. I'm telling you right now, that was a huge technical error, and I'm bothered that it automatically populated that. It's a huge day. UNC's at Duke tonight. You're a North Carolina fan. Number 2 Duke. We've got that game starting here, by the way, in the Fan. I'm not sure if you influenced that or not, but anyway, 6:15 is when it starts the coverage. Tip-off schedule 6:30. Your North Carolina Tar Heels are a 13.5-point favorite, Jacob. Tell me something good about North Carolina against Duke tonight.
Well, they're dogs. They're supposed to be getting drilled tonight, but I think it could be pretty close just because it's Carolina Duke. It's the rivalry. They have the advantage in the backcourt with their guards of R.J. Davis, Elliot Cadeau, Seth Trimble, and Ian Jackson. Their biggest thing will be on the inside and how they can handle Cooper Flagg and Malawach if he's playing, since he kind of got sick in the last game. But I don't know what the status is of him, and they might have Malik Brown coming back. So they're really going to have to knock down shots on the perimeter, and that really hasn't been a staple for them these past few games. They haven't been shooting it well, less than 30% in the last 4 games. So yeah, I think they can do it. It's because it's the rivalry. Weird things can happen. I think it can be close, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Reimer, since you've been this basketball expert, all of a sudden it's like you're mad about hoops. That's why you're on the pod, because it's very fitting. You're just unbelievably insane when it comes to college basketball. So that means that you studied this, you've watched a lot of basketball. So let me ask you, because it was a thing that came out this week where you say it's Jay Bayless. Is that who said it? That said that
Jay
Billis.
Yes.
Who said that Cooper Flagg is the greatest freshman Duke player of all time.
Uh-huh.
Do you agree?
That's what he's seen, in the last 40 years.
Do you agree with that, Rhyme Time? Is that accurate?
I think it is very accurate. The stretch that he's been on just in this month of January alone is ridiculous. Like, he's averaging almost 25 a game with 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Like, he's just doing everything. And you don't see that a ton at the college level. The guys really pick up those assists at that kind of size and position when they get to the next level. And he's already doing it he was 17 years old coming into this year. And he just turned 18, I think, in December. And being able to do this at the highest level on the biggest stages at Duke, it's pretty remarkable.
Jacob Reimer joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. He's one of the hosts of Mad About Hoops here on the Fan. John Calipari is going back to Lexington tonight as the head coach of Arkansas, heading back to Kentucky. And Rick Pitino put out some message to Kentucky fans like, hey, show your class, let's cheer him, and all this kind of stuff. I'm curious, how do you think Calipari will be received back in Kentucky as he comes in with the Razorbacks?
I'm I'm not sure, and I'm really looking forward to it because I've seen a mix of like fans like, yeah, he won us a national championship. He brought us a lot of unbelievable talent through Lexington, a lot of things to be excited about. They played a great style of basketball. But then I've also seen the fans like, no, like why would he want to leave here? And give him that Rick Pitino treatment when Pitino left for Louisville and then came back. Now that's a little different because Louisville and Kentucky, that's a big rivalry. This is still in conference though. And I think it could be, because you don't know how the Kentucky fans will take Rick Pitino telling them what to do either. So I think I could see them give him not as warm of a welcome here at the beginning, but like as you saw at the beginning of the year with Rick Pitino coming back to Lexington, they've built it back up with him, and I think a few years down the line that relationship can get better if it's not there already.
Reimer, let me ask you about. Let's take it back to Columbus, Ohio State. Obviously, this basketball team has pulled off some nice little run here. Obviously, with the tournament only a month away, do you see them as a team that potentially can sneak into the tournament, or do you think that their resume just isn't quite good enough to make it into the March Madness tournament?
I think right now they're on the inside of the bubble. I think they're a tournament team right now. Their defense has been remarkable. They're in the top 20 in KenPom, a top 40 offense on KenPom. That's tournament team numbers. Not many teams can say they have wins over Kentucky and Purdue on their resume as well, with one being at Purdue and being one of the best wins in college basketball. There's still a lot of games to be played. Anything can happen. You still got to go out there and earn it because they still have to make the West Coast trip. You still get Michigan at home. You play at Indiana. They play at Nebraska, which is never easy for them. But they can, with their defense the way it's been, I think this is going to be something we'll see continuing moving forward as we get closer to March. And they're rebounding a lot better. That'll be a good test for them tomorrow against Illinois. I don't know if Icevich is going to be available for Illinois, but it could give them a serious advantage on the inside if he's not available.
Yeah, the Ohio State-Illinois game tomorrow, obviously we got it here on the Fan. Our coverage will start at noon tomorrow, but I know you boldly predicted Ohio State would win at Purdue, and they did. Are you ready to make the same kind of prediction for tomorrow at Illinois and Champaign?
I don't know if I'm there. I think it's still going to be a really good game because they've hung with all the best teams in the conference. But Illinois is coming off a loss. They haven't looked good the past couple of games. They just lost to Nebraska. They got boat raced by Maryland at home. So they could be coming into this with a little chip on their shoulder, wanting to get going back in the right direction because at the beginning of January, I had a very high hopes for Illinois. I booked them into the Final Four on our Mad About Hoops podcast at the beginning of January because they shoot the ball well. They have a great defense. They have length at every position, which that could give Ohio State some problems with their length, but we'll see. I think it's still going to be a close game, though.
Reimer, let me ask you about an old school team that's been kind of out of it, and this year they're back with vengeance, going back to the Big East. St. John's. What's going on with St. John's? How have they figured it out? They've had some impressive wins. I would know they beat Georgetown maybe a couple of days ago. What have you seen out of St. John's?
The job that Rick Pitino has done, turning it around from last year to this year, has been truly awesome to watch. They're 18-3 overall, 9-1 in the conference. They have rolled off a ton of big wins. I think they have serious Final Four potential. Their defense is pretty elite. They have length at every position. They have great size on the interior. Kadaria Richmond's an elite point guard and makes a good case for Big East Player of the Year if you want to put him in that conversation. They've got the tools for sure. I think their shooting needs to still come along a little bit. They shot the ball extremely well against Georgetown, but it's been a little streaky, I think. That's one area that they need to work on. But with their defense and their length, they can really go on a deep run for sure.
He is Jacob Reimer. He is a producer here, also one of the hosts of Mad About Hoops, along with Evil Bald Colin, I'm sorry. That's how I refer to him, and Tim Hall as well. Also follow him on Twitter, on the X, at RhymeTime05. Your wife's got to be patient, right? Because you're in front of the TV all day today, correct?
Oh, yeah. I'm not moving. There's games all day long. It's going to be a blast. I'm all leading up to Carolina Duke. The best rivalry in sports, in my opinion. It doesn't get better than that.
Whoa.
I know. Look, you say that in front of time.
Like, you gotta watch. You can watch your mouth. That's what you gonna do.
You can feel that way, right? You can feel that way. But say it in Mad About Hoops. Don't say it when I got Tyvus to my right.
That doesn't make it. He doesn't even mean that. He doesn't even mean that.
Ryan, we appreciate the time, buddy. Enjoy your day. And by the way, your wife's a saint. I've never met her, but I'm just telling you the fact. I know you, and I know what you're going to do today and tomorrow, for that matter. And she's a saint.
Yes, she is pretty amazing. I'm very thankful for her and letting me enjoy the passion that I have of college basketball.
Follow him on Twitter at RhymeTime05. Thanks, Jacob, for the time. We appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Ton of fun.
You bet. That was Jacob Reimer there. Look, I'm telling you, he knows that. And I tell everyone this, look, sometimes we don't prep him for any questions.
I know, that's the crazy thing.
We never said, we can just fire stuff off at him. Like next time I'm going to say, hey, Otto Bryant's got Capital next week. What's going to happen in that game? And I want to hear if he can respond to it or not. Like, I'm going to try that with him.
That's ridiculous.
I'm telling you.
He literally is going to sit there and watch college basketball all day.
I've said
I respect it, though. I'm passionate about football, and I don't even do that.
I'm afraid to do DNA tests to see if he's one of Tim's sons. Okay? Coming up next in 2 minutes. The boys on Morning Juice had an unexpected guest call in yesterday. We'll let you hear from him next. This is Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, as Care grew over the years, you had many opportunities to sell Care to one of the big conglomerates that are buying companies all over Central Ohio. So tell our customers why you decided to keep Care in the family.
After talking about Care's values for over 30 years, I couldn't bear the thought of Care becoming the kind of company I was warning our customers about. I know the two of you will continue to treat our customers as I would, with honesty and integrity.
We will, Dad. In 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for Ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? HIMS can help. Get started at hims.com/joy. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy.
If your idea of the perfect radio show is all Buckeyes all the time, then it's your lucky day, Slappy, the Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday. Tito, Tyvus, Cole with you. Thank you to Jacob Reimer for joining us there. By the way, Tyvus, I put out there in the chat. Tyvus doesn't monitor the chat, so if there's a question I'm going to ask him, I'll randomly do it.
Okay.
Buckeye Frank said, ask him to give you a date that we can all go to the Blue Jackets game.
Okay, let me ask you this. Yes. Does it count as technically going to a Blue Jackets game if I wait for them to do the game in the shoe?
No, that doesn't count.
So it has to be at Nationwide.
Because you're just doing that just to say you were at the game at the shoe. You're not doing it to go to a Jackets game. You just want to say, hey, I was at the Stadium Series. I was at the Horseshoe for the outdoor. No, that can't count.
Okay.
So I'm saying, look at the dates.
Let me see.
Don't do it right now. No, we're not going to play this game where we look at your schedule on the air. I'm just telling you, think about that. Buckeye Frank wants to go with you to the game.
I got to see, because me and Tim was supposed to be going to a game at some point.
Buckeye Frank, I'm sorry. We just got big time. That's all. No. He brought up, he's going to a game with Tim Hall. You and I will go to a game some other time. That's fine. Go with Tim Hall. That'll be more fun probably for you.
Oh, my goodness.
No, it's fine. It's okay. I'm not insecure at all. It's good.
I'm going to go when Connor Bedard comes in town.
Ryan Day called into Morning Juice yesterday. Now, they said it was unexpected, and I have no reason to think that Bobby or Beamer were lying about it. Mm-hmm. But supposedly, I shouldn't say supposedly, I'll just say it. He called in to Morning Juice yesterday unexpected. He was out driving around doing some recruiting and called into the show because he was listening to Morning Juice and just wanted to call in. And look, he has been like Pitbull the last couple weeks. He's been everywhere.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon.
Kelly Clarkson. I don't know what else he was doing. He's been everywhere, though. Recruiting, you see him all the time. Like, look on the social media posts. They're all over the place. Anyway, Ryan Day on Morning Juice yesterday, he was talking about what he's been doing since Atlanta and how busy it has been. Here is Ryan Day from Morning Juice.
Started in New York City and kind of went all across the globe and up and down. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to really jam in almost a month worth of recruiting in about 5 days or so, just because we ended so late. It's very unique because of how late the game was. So good problem to have, but still everyone's working hard on the staff.
So yeah, they've all been everywhere. You see Chip Kelly going places too. Mm-hmm. That's why Chip wasn't at the celebration. He was recruiting some quarterback somewhere.
Yeah. He got the one kid decommitted, right?
Which one? The one from
Florida State, maybe?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. And look, he's right. I didn't think about that, but he loses a few weeks of recruiting, if not more than that, because some teams that suck get to recruit earlier than that, even that play like in the.
They lose weeks of recruiting, but they also gain weeks of like the early enrollees that came in January. Like those guys got 3 weeks of practice, like bowl practice type thing. Like so they got to see them and they got to get their careers kind of started early. So when spring ball comes around, now defensively, obviously, depending on what they decide to do with that move, they stay in-house. The playbook will stay relatively the same. If they go outside of the thing, then it'll change, and then everybody got to learn the playbook over. But for those younger guys and like that Tavian St. Clair, because you don't know what's going to happen after the spring.
Sure.
It's nice to see him get some reps, though, to see him steal some extra reps and, get him develop and get him going early and hopefully build some confidence going into the winter workouts.
When you came, could you early enrolled? Was that back then? You did early enroll? You got in December?
I got in January.
In January. So
January 7th. Whatever Urban's first day was on the job.
That was your day.
It was my first day on the job.
So do you think Urban, when I asked him what's his first day on the job, he said it was Tyvus's first day? Do you think if I asked Urban that question, he would say,
no,
my first day was Tyvus's first day?
No.
Okay.
No. Not a chance.
How big of an advantage was that for you?
To come in early?
Yeah.
I mean, I still redshirted because I was just not there yet. Like I was behind. But it was great because I had the thing for me was I always want you want to feel that success. You want to know that you belong. Mm-hmm. And I got to experience that success through the practices. You get out there and you hear about like, all right, so I'm playing at Bedford High School in Cleveland.
Right.
And I'm like, is this like the best? Like it's not like I'm going up against the Glenvilles and all those guys. So like, how far behind is Bedford from everybody else? So when I got to college, it was like, all right, now I'm going up against some of the best kids in the world in college right now. Where do I fit on that scale? Am I up there with them? Like, am I that far behind? And to have some success, I actually had a pick in my first spring game. You know that? I had a pick in my spring game. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who'd you pick? Who was the quarterback?
Had to be Braxton.
I don't know. So I'm asking you. You were there.
Because the way we did it, Urban's first spring game was the funnest spring game I ever had because it was literally like a draft. Like they had Kenny Guyton as one quarterback, Braxton as the other quarterback.
And you were on Guyton's team.
And the coaches drafted.
Okay.
I was on Kenny's team.
But there was another quarterback had to be in there, right?
There was another quarterback. I can't remember who the third string guy was, but that guy obviously came in at some point. Probably that's who I picked off.
I wonder who it was. See,
it wasn't Cardale, though.
It's damn near disrespectful you don't remember his name.
I know. It wasn't Cardale, though. Who was
What year would this have been? 2012. I'm looking at
It was Braxton, Kenny, somebody, Cardale.
I wonder who this. Let's see here.
The third guy?
Okay, I'm looking at their roster right now. 2012 Ohio State roster.
Who was the third guy?
Let's see if I can find this here. I'm going to look at it now. I'm looking through here now, the numbers. Now, they got like alphabetical and stuff. That's stupid. I see Kenny Guyton.
Yeah.
I see Cardale Jones.
Yeah.
I see Justin Seams.
Seams, okay.
I don't remember that dude.
I remember the name.
That's all I'm seeing on there. I don't know who. And then obviously Braxton, but I don't know who that was.
Was it Justin Seams?
Look, let's say you picked off Braxton because that's a much better story. I don't want to say you picked off. And no offense to Justin Seams, but the fact we didn't know his name, and by the way, everybody pronounced it wrong, he's probably a scrub.
The crazy thing is I had a pick in my first spring game and my last spring game.
Did you really? Who'd you pick off in the last spring game? You know that one.
Oh, you know who I picked off.
Who'd you pick off?
I picked off Cardale Eugene Jones.
The 300-pound.
The 300-pound quarterback.
Cardale Jones.
Yep.
That's who you picked off. By the way, Ryan Day also, you mentioned the defensive coordinator thing. He's talking about how soon he'll name a DC.
There's points in the recruiting cycle where it becomes very pressing to get things done. We have signing day next Wednesday, but it's really not very significant for us. So, we want to be thorough, make sure we're doing, what's right moving forward. But, we want to have as much continuity as we can. And I think I've learned that watching guys like Nick Saban and, different coaches who have had success for extended periods of time, to make sure that you have continuity, in all three phases. So we want to do that. We feel great about the guys we have on staff, but we also want to make sure, we're looking at other options out there and being thorough in our search.
You think the defensive coordinator is going to be on staff right now?
Yes,
you do.
Yeah, I do, because I think the longer that they wait, I was telling Tim, if you wait and drag this thing out, like the longer they wait, the more in-house it will be.
Okay.
Because if you're getting a new guy outside that runs something different, then obviously you need to get him in here so he can start meeting with these players, so he can start explaining the new scheme and having meetings and those things. Now, if you wait, then obviously you're just going to kind of go with the same thing. And I think to a certain extent, I think that Ryan Day probably feels like, everybody says Matt Guerrieri or Tim Walton is the two guys because they got some defensive coordinator experience. Okay, that's fine. But I also think that even last year, it was a point where Ryan Day had to go down to the defense. And once he went down there, that's when the defense really kind of took off after they made them little tweaks. So worst case scenario, they're probably thinking, all right, Matt Guerrieri's been with Jim Knowles. He probably knows Jim Knowles' defense is like the back of his hand.
Right.
Even with Ryan Day coming down there and putting the little tidbits and tweaking some things, like, all right, we can really make something happen to where this thing can still be successful. I think that could be the thought behind, why you could stay in-house.
So the way the defense ended, look, I know Jim Knowles had his, you know what, let's do this. Let's talk about this in the next segment. So it's going to get deeper than that because I want to pick Tyvis's brain. But so I want to talk to you about like the schemes and when you bring the new DC, what's going to look different or what could look different for Ohio State. Also, if you want to see the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy, all you have to do is head over to the Horseshoe when the season opens on August 30th. We'll talk about that next. Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouthwatering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You'll find low prices on thousands of items. The yellow and red tags mean you'll save big on sparkling ice water, Kroger brand chips, and so much more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Come in. Joe, I wasn't expecting to see you. Why does everybody say that? I came to congratulate you. No joke. Well, it was a hard-fought campaign. Campaign? I'm talking about $5 at Great Lakes Kia. Great Lakes Kia, where new Kias are less than lunch. Brand new Kias, $5 a day. I'm being serious right now. Only at Great Lakes Kia. Guess what? And by the way, get 0% financing for 72 months. Lease new 25 Kia Sorrentos LX, just $5 a day. And we love that third row seating, don't we? And new K4s, LXS, just $5 a day. No joke. Even new K5s, LXS, just $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia. But what about credit? Come on, man. If you've got a job, you ride $5 a day. Here's the deal. Go to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. My first home was $5. Not kidding around.
Tax and tag to qualified buyers. Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron. Superheroes!
I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
The Buckeyes are national champions. And you listen to it all right here on The Fan. And next year when they do it again, it'll be here on The Fan. And the year after that, well, you know the drill. Always and forever, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for two things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? Truehold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and 7 weeks ago I decided to make a change, and now I'm down 37 pounds. Only 7 weeks to drop what probably took 5 years to put on. What's more wild is how easy it was, all thanks to Awaken 180. I'm chasing Willie around like it's nothing, throwing him up in the air, running after the dog, all kinds of good things. Something that used to leave me gassed. And you know what? If you're overweight, I'm sure that you can relate. Late nights, early mornings, football playoffs, none of it feels like it's slowing me down anymore. And those cravings that always got in my way, gone. Poof. What I thought would be a struggle has become second nature. The other guys here at The Fan were right. Awaken 180 gives results. And more importantly, the fast results we need to keep on going. My coach, Natalie, is the health guru. She helps me adjust to fit my crazy schedule from what to eat to when to eat. No meds, no gimmicks. Just a plan straight up that works and can work for anyone. If you want control, take control with Awaken 180. It is the choice to make. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday. Tito, Tyvis, Cole with you. By the way, thank you to Brandon. I normally like to call my co-host a liar, but to quote the great Selena Eckert, liar.
I didn't lie.
You lied.
How did I lie?
You said you had an interception in the spring game.
It's a fact.
Freshman year.
Correct.
Let me go and take a look back at the Columbus Dispatch. Thank you to Brandon. It appeared Freshman Tyvis Powell had made an interception, but defensive tackle Chris Carter was called for personal foul, giving the Scarlet new life at the 31-yard line. So, the interception did not happen.
It's an interception, right, Cole?
You knew reading that, Tito, what he was going to say. Yeah, but I still picked it off.
Didn't happen.
That's just like the Fiesta Bowl, where I had 2 interceptions in the Fiesta Bowl.
How many counted?
1, but I still had, but I had 2 though.
No,
it's like the preseason when he got an interception, but then Braxton Miller shoved him in the back, and so it didn't.
Right, that was his
I didn't say.
So wait, you're telling me
I had a pick. I said that I would have had an interception before.
If a quarterback drops back to pass, I'm a defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
We're reaching here. I grab his face mask, tear his head around, but then take him down. Is that a sack?
Yeah.
Even though I'm going to call it for face mask, and they're going to back it up 15 yards and say no play.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
In my opinion, we all watched it.
Tyvis,
we watched
the older you get, the better you were. The older you get, the better you were.
I'm just saying.
You did not have an interception in the spring game your freshman year.
I did.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
Go back and look at the stats and see if Braxton got called for a pick in that play. He didn't.
So he's unblemished?
As far as you're concerned, yes.
He's this so perfect quarterback. He threw a pick.
Not to you, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
I don't see it.
Yes, he did.
I don't see it.
Yes, he did.
So when Ohio State makes this next DC hire, we can agree that it was a Jim Knowles defense they played last year, but there were tweaks after the Oregon game.
Yes.
Okay, where Day and Larry Johnson.
Yeah, they simplified a lot of things.
They changed things, right?
Yeah.
Do you expect that same the Knowles hybrid / Day / Larry Johnson defense will be what will be incorporated next because they recruit for that?
Yes, because I think that I think the guys that you recruited, you brought them here for a reason, and for a long time it was that jack position. I always wanted to see that jack position, and I think we got some guys on the roster that was recruited to play that jack position, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen now. So they're probably just going to be edge rushers. But to be honest with you, I think the problem with a lot of defenses is, some of these defensive coordinators, you try to put guys in the perfect call. So you come up with all these different calls because I want to make sure that these guys are in the perfect call for that offense.
Right.
And what people got to realize is that here at Ohio State, this is the advantage that you have of being a coach at Ohio State. And I learned this from Jeff Hafley, because I told you Jeff Hafley was my corners coach in San Fran before he became the DC here. And when we had the conversation, when he became the DC here, he was like, Tyvis, man, I'm so used to the NFL to where I'm stressed out and I'm worried about all right, they got this guy, they got that guy, so we got to do something to make sure we can accommodate for this and that.
Right.
And he said, when I got to Ohio State, I still had that same mindset, but when we got in the game, I forgot we got better players.
Right.
So, a lot of the times, the things that I worried about, and this was back when they had Chase Young, Chase would just blow something up and he'd be like, well, that does take care of that. So I say all that to say, it's not about, sometimes these defensive coordinators get so caught up in trying to come up with 100 different calls to make sure that these players are in the perfect call, to where the best way to help these kids perform, especially in college, is to make it simple. Make it so simple that it's like one thing you need to look at and then go. Just don't stop thinking. Go. It should be just all reactionary based, to where that's how you make the play. And I say that to say, in 2013, my first year starting at nickel, we had Everett Withers as our defensive coordinator. And that was one of the worst statistical defensive years we had, because it was always trying to get us in the perfect call to match formations. And it was so much thinking involved that everybody moved slow. To the next year, they hired Chris Ash, who
just said, go make a play.
Chris Ash was like, this is what we running over for. This is your read, go.
Yeah.
And boom, people getting sacks, picks, defense is looking great, all of those things. So tie it all back to why this is relevant now. The Oregon game, before the Oregon game, I think they fell into that trap to where it was like, we trying to make sure everybody's in the perfect thing. After the Oregon game, Ryan Day gets down there, and I think he even talks about it. We simplified a lot of things, and now you see guys just going fast, playing with their hair on fire because there's not thinking involved. And that's how you get the results that you want. So I think that's what they better do. Whoever they get, don't overcomplicate this thing.
So you got guys on the staff that know the system right now. They worked into last year.
Yes.
You've also got Hafley at Green Bay. I'm not saying Hafley would take the job.
Hafley ain't coming
I know he's not coming back. But should that eliminate Hafley, though? If Hafley had interest and you're Ryan Day, would you say, I'd rather have somebody here who knows our players right now?
That wouldn't eliminate
You
Hafley.
wouldn't turn Hafley down?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. I don't know how important that was.
Wasn't his defense like number 1, 2? Or
it's a great
5?
defense. I'm just saying, though, if you've got the personnel, though, that you're talking about that know the system.
Yeah.
And you've got coaches that know the system.
Well, the thing about Hafley's defense is because that's the defense that I played in.
Right.
That's a simple defense, too.
Okay. By the way, I teased about the Heisman Trophy favorite. It is Arch Manning, not Jeremiah Smith. It is Arch Manning is right now the favorite according to ESPN Bet. And he plays here, obviously, August 30th, opens the season in Columbus against the Buckeyes. LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier is second as far as the favorites go, followed by Tennessee's Nico Iamaleava, Clemson's Cade Klubnik, and also Penn State's Drew Aller. Those are the next ones. And then the first non-quarterback is Jeremiah Smith on there. So despite the fact that Arch Manning's played, a few games, doesn't get a lot of reps, he is the Heisman favorite right now. Do you believe Arch Manning will be the Heisman Trophy winner in the upcoming season?
No, not a chance.
Do you think it'll be a quarterback or will it be Jeremiah Smith?
Obviously, they're heavily biased towards quarterback play. I would love for it to be Jeremiah Smith.
Right.
But I think that due to the fact that it's just so biased toward, I want it to be a defensive player, to be honest with you.
It's not going to happen.
I know, but I would love for Caleb Downs. This is the Caleb Downs tour. This is his last year in college.
Yeah.
He's won the Natty. This is a 2-time All-American.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing he don't have is the Heisman. He's been a captain. He's been a national champion. He's been an All-American. He got a tree in the grove.
Yep.
It's nothing left for him to get, but did he get the Bolitnik, not the Bolitnikoff, the Thorpe?
The Thorpe.
He need the Thorpe and the Heisman. So this is his season where he's going to go for all of that.
Yeah.
We need running backs. We just lost Q and Travion.
Mm-hmm.
I know we got some guys out the portal. James People is great.
I've heard great things about him.
He's great.
He's that good.
He's a great young man. That's why I love doing work with him. He's a great guy. Great kid. Anyways, I say all that to say Caleb Downs should be getting some carries next year. He showed you what he could do in the special teams game.
Hey, if you want to win the Heisman, you got to do that. If you want him to win the Heisman, you've got to put him on offense too.
I mean, Travis Hunter showed you how to do it, but he don't need to play every snap of offense and defense.
No. Just do a couple times in there. Just go there and then return some kicks.
Yep.
And you'll be good to go.
He get like two punt returns to the house. Mm-hmm. He scored like 3 times on offense. Maybe break a long run. And then lead gets like 8 picks, 7 picks, something like that.
Let me ask you this.
He'd have it.
Cole, I'm going to weigh on this also. Let's say Ohio State plays Michigan next year in Ann Arbor, and Caleb Downs returns a punt to the house. He does the Heisman pose, a la Desmond. Is that hacky or is that smart?
Smart. No question.
What do you think?
If Caleb Downs does the Heisman.
Caleb Downs returns a punt, does the Heisman pose like Desmond did. Is he just biting off Desmond or is it clever?
That gets you in the race for sure.
You think it's clever?
Everybody that usually do it gets it brought up in the Heisman.
And no one's going to rip those like, hey, man, you weren't the original.
No.
You think he'd be praised for it?
Yeah.
Around here, yeah, for sure.
Around here, he would. But I'm saying nationally, Desmond would love it on game day.
Okay, you have to be winning when you do it.
That's true also, yes. You can't do it and lose the game.
You can't tie the game and do that.
Right. That's fair.
You can't be down 14-7, then tie to 14 and strike that. You have to be...
It's got to be clinch the game.
It's got to be second half.
Yeah.
It's got to be in a position where you're pretty sure you're going to win.
Right.
You can't give up a giant lead after doing that.
Right. That's true.
You have to be in a position where you're pretty sure the game's over.
Yes.
And I don't know what the score was when Desmond did that, but I'm sure they won the game.
Didn't Travis Hunter do it a couple times this year?
I don't remember Hunter doing it. Did he do it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, because it's the Ohio State Michigan was the one that's why it was the first one I remember. Is Desmond doing it. I don't know if maybe somebody did it before it. I don't know. But that's the one I remember just because it also hurt. But anyway.
I could imagine.
I would love to have that problem, by the way. I would love to be seeing Caleb Downs returning a punt for a touchdown that clinches a game and be thinking to myself, I wonder if he'll do it or not. In Ann Arbor, that'd be great as well. Coming up next, perhaps you haven't heard. There's a big game coming in the NFL a week from tomorrow. We'll discuss that next. This is Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here in The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? Hims can help. Get started at hims.com/joy. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. The best time of the year for football is finally here. The big game has arrived, and fans are excited to see you'll be hoisting the trophy in New Orleans. You can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Check out their big game giveaway promo for your chance at $1 million in prizes. 25 winners will walk away with $10K in cash. 7,500 winners will get $100 in bonus bets. No deposit or bet required. Opt in today in the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Get ready for the big game and stock up on home team favorites like buy 5, save $5 deals at Meijer. Mix or match hundreds of items like assorted varieties of DiGiorno frozen pizza, 24 packs of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. And Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue or marinade sauce. Buy 5, save 5 this week at Meijer. That's the good life. A good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And everybody's had these pains, these little nicks, these things that you maybe had an injury when you were younger and you thought it went away. And then all of a sudden, as you get older, it starts to creep back. Doing everything, walking up the stairs, doing your favorite activities, golf, skiing, whatever it might be, the summer, the spring, the winter, it hurts. Hey, do not deal with it any longer. The hip, the knee, the shoulder, the back, whatever it is, there's good news. Go to QC Kinetics. They're groundbreaking treatments for that arthritis pain. They're going to make you feel better. The long-term relief, it's now possible. They're right here in Columbus under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sport Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. Don't wait. Make the call today. My dad and I did. His knee's starting to feel better. My knee feels better. They've got PRP treatments. They can change your life. I'm telling you right now. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus for your free consultation or give them a call at 380-208-4544. It's not going to go away on its own. They've got 2 offices in Dublin and Gahanna, so check them out.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Happy Saturday to you. I'm Cole Bartimus. Let's hear it one time for the Columbus Blue Jackets. They begin this road trip with a sweep of their Thursday-Friday back-to-back. It was a 3-2 overtime victory over the artist formerly known as the Arizona Coyotes, that being the Utah Hockey Club. Stop me if you've heard this before, but Kirill Marchenko scored a goal in this game. It was the Russian's 21st of the season. He has 54 points in total. And Marchenko also sports the league's best plus-minus, sitting at an astounding plus 30. Zach Werenski scored the finisher in overtime. There is a serious three-way battle for being the top point getter for defensemen in the National Hockey League, and Werenski is right in the thick of it. Quinn Hughes of the Vancouver Canucks currently holds the throne with 59, but Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche as well as Zach Werenski sit right behind Quinn at 57. Nothing going on today locally, but everything is happening tomorrow. That is Sunday. Jackets will be in Dallas to face the Stars. Buckeye men's will be at Illinois, and the women will be hosting Washington.
Just because it's the weekend doesn't mean we shut up. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday. By the way, Tyvus, you're not ready for this. And I know that for sure Cole's not ready. We do have a record of your interception in the spring game.
My record?
The call from it. Do we get your actual proof of it?
No. Oh, which one?
There it is.
Crickets chirping.
Crickets chirping.
You're such a hater. I mean, that's it. This is something that you like grew up with.
I found it just a strike of a shotgun snap back to the quarterback.
It's one of the key positions that they have to replace up front with Brewster having moved on. Miller over the middle. Intercepted off the hands of the wide receiver, and it's taken away by Tyvis Powell. Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and from one freshman to another, Powell rips it away, much to the delight of Kerry Cole.
Defense number 72.
Oh, take it away.
15-yard penalty. Automatic first down for the Scarlet team.
Instead of an interception, it's hands to the face, and it goes right back to the Scarlet team.
I heard instead of an interception. And by the way, look, and Tyvis, I love you. You're a very athletic and talented individual, and I admire everything you've done athletically. I don't think a tipped pass counts as a pick. If it was a coverage thing. No, if it was coverage.
Are you
insane? No, I'm saying if you stand in front of him, the tip pass thing could mean you were just right place, right time.
This is how I know that you've never been to the highest level of football, because there is a phrase that's common. If you talk to an ex-NFL player, whether you play offense, defense, or special teams, if you say tips and overthrows, you finish it by saying "gotta get those." Every time. Do you actually know that a lot of interceptions? It's not a lot of times, very seldomly in the game of football, because these quarterbacks are actually really good. Very seldomly does a DB just go out there and make this great play. Like, it happens. Don't get me wrong, it happens. But the majority of the time, it's a tip pass, it's an overthrown pass, or it's an underthrown pass.
Which is why I think it's so ridiculous when a bunch of fans think that just because a defensive back has a ton of interceptions that he's going to get drafted like 10th overall.
Sure.
Because it's out of convenience.
He's a ball hawk.
It's luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know about luck. It's very seldomly. Now, don't get me wrong, it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's very seldom that somebody just gets a great break and it's just bang, like a safety just sees it, bang, and reads it the whole way. A lot of the times it's a tip or it's an overthrow pass.
But Tyvis, give me the name of a fat defensive lineman.
Fat defensive lineman.
Give me the name of somebody.
Chris Carter, who did that hands to the face.
Chris Carter. You're telling me that if somebody bats the ball up in the air, and Chris Carter's there, and just looks up and sees it and grabs it, that's a great interception?
Yeah.
It's not a coverage interception.
You know how many times people drop it?
I want to see a coverage interception by you, Tyvis. I don't want to see this tip ball one. So let's not look. I'm just saying you're better than that.
A coverage interception. I had a coverage interception in the spring game.
There we go. The second time. Okay, but don't sit here and try to tell us about the 2012 when you were a freshman.
It got tipped.
And you guys are playing like,
I literally said it got tipped, though.
What's it called? First drop fly, whatever it's called, like 500, whatever you're playing. You guys are out there and you catch a first bounce fly and you catch one out there. I'm just saying the one in 2015, much different. I'm just saying the 2012 one, don't claim it.
It was Braxton, though.
It was Braxton.
But it happened.
And Michael Thomas.
Great. Can't guard Mike.
Was he a freshman also?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so freshman mistake, tips it up, another freshman grabs it.
I mean, Mike is a great wide receiver.
I don't think Braxton came off the field, because when I was hunting this down, every single time the Scarlet was on offense, it was Braxton. And Tyvis was telling me it's because Urban didn't know any of the players that actually needed to see all of them.
It was by far the best spring game I've ever had, like experience-wise, to where it was like, because every year after that, it was like the coaches did their little drafts, but it was like, okay, you could draft the first team offense. Okay, if you draft the first team offense, then we're going to get the first team defense. And then they're going to get the second team defense, and they're going to get the second team offense. So, like, that's how the team was. You would get the first team defense with the second team offense, or the first team offense with the second team defense. This was the first year where it was like, everybody's up. Right. And individually, you're drafting your players individually.
How much different was your first spring game As far as your mentality, your attitude going in versus your last spring game.
No, my first spring game, I was like,
this is Michigan. This is the bowl game.
It was like I'm about to play in the shoe. Like I've always dreamed about playing in the shoe and all the excitement there. And it's like I realized the teams what it was. I was like, this is we got some good players on our team, some ones on our team, and I'm getting to be with the ones and interact and stuff like that. So to me, that was like a big game. When you get to 2015, it was like we just won the Natty. Let me go ahead and do my 20 reps, and then I'm gonna go throw this towel on my head.
Yes. Let the freshmen do it.
Yeah, y'all, that's for y'all.
Did you know Mike Thomas was special the first time you played with him?
No, I didn't.
He grew, right?
Yeah, Mike grew. To me, Mike really took his leap because he played as a true freshman. It wasn't great, but you seen him do make catches and things like that.
It was a Jeremiah Smith.
And then I believe in 2013, I want to say Mike redshirted 2013.
Okay.
I feel like he didn't play in 2013.
All right.
And then 2014, even at the beginning of that season, it was just okay. But it was right after that Sugar Bowl is when he really started to take off, where Mike really started. But he didn't make a lot of noise. I don't think in the Natty. I don't think he had an unbelievable Natty game.
Right.
And then the year after that is when he really just kind of excelled.
Yeah. By the way, so the Super Bowl this week, we know that coming up. Sorry, I shouldn't say this week, a week from tomorrow. And looking forward to the Chiefs-Eagles game, but Cam Newton said something. I don't want to get your take on this. Here's Cam Newton. He was asked if he'd rather be, because he was an NFL MVP one year, but never won a ring. This was on First Take. He was asked about which he prefers.
I ask you, Cam, if you could give back that league MVP for a Super Bowl championship, would you do it?
Nope. Just to pose this thought, what's more important, impact or championships? You look at a guy like Allen Iverson, you stood up on the table and blah, 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 blah. Everybody's not going to be Michael Jordan. Everybody's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's not going to be these individuals who have the luxury of saying, hey, I not only dominated this sport, but I also have championships to back it. Let me remind you, Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Respectfully, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. The impact of you holding yourself accountable to say everybody has a responsibility to do. And you can say as an MVP award winner or an All-American, you've held your end of the bargain down. My take is I'm taking individual success because I did my job.
I appreciate the honesty, Tyvis, but and I think that depending on where you're at in your life, you would answer that differently. If I asked you, Thorpe Award or National Championship, would your answer be different in 14 versus now?
I always looked at I'm always been of the team, or more of a team guy.
Sure, I know that about you.
So I national championship. Don't get me wrong, the Thorpe is great. And to say that I am the best DB, of course you want to be the best DB that year. Yeah, absolutely. It holds a lot of weight, for sure. But for some odd reason, championship, that's kind of what everybody's competing for. To say, even for now, to say I was MVP of a championship game, which is something that I don't talk about, but to say that I was MVP of a championship game, that means to tell me, I was on that. You think about the defense that we had, and this is why I really don't care, because I didn't do anything out of the ordinary. And like I say, I always tell everybody how I messed up in that game and gave up that touchdown. But you think about just the names. I was amongst the Darren Lees, the Joey Bosa's, the Von Bells, Eli Apple. And you telling me out of all of them, I had the best game in the game that matters the most of the season? To me, that holds weight. So, I would take the championship rings over the MVP, even though I do understand the MVP thing. And to me, it's one of those awards that's kind of voted on. It's so, how many times that you hear about he got MVP, but he shouldn't have. They talk about Steve Nash and Kobe Bryant. Steve Nash got it over Kobe Bryant. Steve Nash got more MVPs than Kobe Bryant, like that. So to me, it's it doesn't matter after a certain point in time. championships, though, like that means a lot. That holds weight. Like, you'll be forever remembered. Even though I think both of them, you'll still be remembered, but championships just hold a different weight.
I understand why Cam said it. And like I said, I appreciate the honesty. I think it's great that he did that. But I think as it goes, it's like the old Chris Rock comment about, who am I thinking about here? The Chris, I guess what I'm saying is that the fact that he can't win a Super Bowl now.
Who, Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to say that now. I prefer this.
Well, everybody pointed out, as soon as he said that, I had seen somebody quote tweeted and say, yeah, we know, because he didn't dive on that ball.
Right,
so
yeah.
It's like, we know you care about yourself. It makes you just seem like you're selfish. It's like, and I get it, to say that I was the MVP of the National Football League. That means subjectively I was the best player in that league that year, and the best of the best. I don't know, but it's something about the rings that just means something, because it just, heck, James Harden won MVPs, but he ain't got no rings.
Right.
Some people don't even talk about it.
Barkley did it.
Yeah.
Malone did it.
It's just it's something about the championship that just hold a little bit more weight.
Rihanna's the name I couldn't get on there. That's what I was thinking about, the Chris Rock Rihanna comment, and we'll talk about that off the air, because we are still we're still bound by certain restrictions here. But anyway, so the fact Cam Newton said that, yes, because Super Bowl's not an option anymore. Coming up next, CBS Sports reported on how some schools are structuring these NIL deals. We'll talk about that. Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
This promo is brought to you by Common Man and Timmy Hall's Ping Pong Game. The Fan.
You hear that? That's the sound of the new Tim Hortons pairings calling your name. Whether rushing to the car or grabbing a quick bite on your way to work, Tim's has a breakfast deal designed for your busy life. Choose from a warm small cup of coffee with our savory omelet bites or creamy avocado toast for just $4. Or grab a hearty grilled breakfast wrap with coffee for just $5. A delicious pairing at your convenience to tackle the day. At participating U.S. restaurants, excludes grilled breakfast wrap with beef. Terms apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Get it right with help from Right Rug Flooring. Thousands of styles are in stock and ready for next day expert installation. Like carpet starting at $219 a square foot installed with pad. And luxury vinyl starts at only $399 a square foot installed. Unmatched value with 24-month financing available. Visit a showroom or schedule a free in-home estimate today. Get it right with Right Rug Flooring. Your beautiful new floor is right here, right now.
Save big money on everything for your painting and staining projects now at Menards. Add beautiful color to your projects with Minwax water-based wood stain. This penetrating stain delivers color that showcases wood grain in one single coat and dries in 1 hour. Get a quart for $15.49 at Menards. Plus, check out Minwax's 2025 Color of the Year, Violet, in store and on Menards.com. View the weekly flyer for more great deals going on now through February 2nd.
Save big money at Menards.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 16 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com.
Coughlin has the car for you.
Who are the people that serve part-time in the Ohio Army National Guard? We are your neighbors and friends. We are your sons and daughters. Our service is providing us valuable job skills, and it pays up to 100% of our tuition. We're proud to serve our state. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with the Ohio Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We have a lot lot of football happening. I'm here to help. Set your radio preset to the Fan. Very good. Now set a second one to ESPN Columbus. It's the HD2 button. Lastly, go to the Fan's HD3 and save the Fan 3. Crisis averted. You're welcome.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and 7 weeks ago I decided to make a change, and now I'm down 37 pounds. Only 7 weeks to drop what probably took 5 years to put on. What's more wild is how easy it was, all thanks to Awaken 180. I'm chasing Willie around like it's nothing, throwing him up in the air, running after the dog, all kinds of good things. Something that used to leave me gassed. And you know what? If you're overweight, I'm sure that you can relate. Late nights, early mornings, football playoffs, none of it feels like it's slowing me down anymore. And those cravings that always got in my way, gone. Poof. What I thought would be a struggle has become second nature. The other guys here at the Fan were right. Awaken 180 gives results, and more importantly, the fast results we need to keep on going. My coach, Natalie, is the health guru. She helps me adjust to fit my crazy schedule, from what to eat to when to eat. No meds, no gimmicks. Just a plan straight up that works and can work for anyone. If you want control, take control with Awaken 180. It is the choice to make. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Come in. Joe, I wasn't expecting to see you. Why does everybody say that? I came to congratulate you. No joke. Well, it was a hard-fought campaign. Campaign? I'm talking about $5 at Great Lakes Kia. Great Lakes Kia, where new Kias are less than lunch. Brand new Kias, $5 a day. I'm being serious right now. Only at Great Lakes Kia. Guess what? And by the way, get 0% financing for 72 months. Lease new 25 Kia Sorrentos LX, just $5 a day. And we love that third row seating, don't we? And new K4s, LXS, just $5 a day. No joke. Even new K5s, LXS, just $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia. But what about credit? Come on, man. If you've got a job, you ride $5 a day. Here's the deal. Go to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. My first home was $5. Not kidding around.
Plus tax and tag to qualified buyers. Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Definitely need to layer up as you head out the door today. Temperatures only getting into the upper 30s to low 40s. A big difference from our weather on Friday. But as we go overnight tonight, it will be a cold night ahead with temperatures dropping below the freezing mark into the upper 20s. We will see Sunday with increasing clouds and temperatures much, much warmer, getting up around 50, but we could have a chance of some isolated showers as we go later into the day. Otherwise, expect it to be mainly dry. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Instead of annoying national people talking to you this weekend, we've opted for annoying local people. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday. Tito, Tyvis, Cole with you. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, Tyvis, so I'm on the chat, which I know you're not on. But there's no mention of any former players anywhere on the chat, okay? So, like, there's no like talking about, you know, Tebow, we're talking about Bo Jackson, none of that stuff, okay? And out of the blue, after I made the comment out there, Tyvis sends them onto the chat, so if there's a question you want me to ask him, I'll randomly do it.
Okay.
The next thing that A2, this guy in here, puts out, let's say guy, gal, girl, whatever, man, woman, he said one of the best college players ever, which leads me to believe he's talking about you. Like, it's a random thing. We're talking, the last college player, the only college player mentioned in this was Tyvis Powell. And he has called you one of the best college players ever.
Yeah, I don't think he was talking about me.
Who was he talking about? We have not talked about it. Like,
we talked about a bunch of different people.
Did, but on the chat, though, that's all there was.
It depends on when he said it.
He said it right after I asked the question. Tyvis doesn't monitor the chat, so if there's a question you want to...
we would have to know what segment we were saying.
I think that's what it was.
I don't think that's what it was.
I think we know who he was talking about.
Yeah. Who was he talking about?
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. You could be right about that. You know what? That's a good call. Never mind. Forget it, Tyvis. Pete Thaler, by the way, is reporting that Ohio State offensive line coach Justin Fry is going to become the offensive line coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
Good for him. I know a lot. That hurts, though, but that's good for him.
So Paris Johnson.
Yeah, he might go Paris. And you never know. They might drop Donovan Jackson. Anyways, that hurts, man.
This
is the thing. He is one of the coaches that if you ever had a conversation with him and you met him and talked to him, he's a great guy, funny guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's a lot of fun, and he's one of those guys that you root for. And then you understand the frustration from a lot of fans. Not this year, but
early in the year.
Earlier in the year,
Yes.
years prior to.
Yes.
Yeah, they was all over him. Like Justin
Right.
Fry can't recruit at the position.
Get him
These
outta here.
guys
Yep.
ain't great.
Yep.
He needs to go. And then you see the things that he did. You lost coming into last season. It was one bona fide thing that every blogger, media member that watched this team in training camp said.
Right.
If they get hurt at the offensive tackle position, it's done.
Right.
They have no depth at tackle position. That's the number one thing everybody said. And what happened?
Right. That
Boom,
happened.
Your the left tackle gets hurt.
Yes.
And yet, somehow, some way, he finds a way to get these guys to come in and play at a high level to where in the college football playoff, that offensive line, it was so laughable how they allowed no pressure. We had all the day long. He stand back there all day long. They could run whatever play they wanted to run. They was moving guys out the way. And it ain't like these was against some scrubs. This is Tennessee, who got two bona fide. One guy's a first-round pick.
Right.
He had nothing. We didn't even hear his name that game. Then you see Oregon. Oregon got a great D-line.
Yes.
Great D-line.
Yeah.
Jordan Birch, Mateo Uyunglele, Harmon in the middle. Didn't hear a peep from none of those guys.
Right.
Then Texas
got a damn good defensive line.
And Texas made some noise in the second half of that game. It wasn't all perfect.
Right.
But for the majority of that game, Ohio State's offensive line was like great. And then in the national championship, you can forget about it. Sorry, Cole, y'all didn't. I don't even think y'all touched it. I don't think y'all touched Will's jersey in that game. It was.
I don't think we did either.
Yeah. So So to me, I say all that to say he's done a great job, and I gave him his praise, obviously, as it was going on. But it's crazy how in one moment everybody's wanting this guy to go, and then he has some success, and now it's like it actually hurts to know that he's leaving because of the job that he's done. Because I would say, all right, maybe he does. Maybe he isn't great at recruiting the tackles. Maybe that's just the thing. Maybe he's not a great recruiter. But when they went in the transfer portal and got the talent, he can develop the talent.
And you lost 2 All-American guys on the line this year.
Yeah.
And you still. And so that's why it's like
2 first-round picks, probably.
Yes. And so I look at it like it's for the same reason I wouldn't have blamed Ryan Day if he said, go to hell, I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah.
I won the title.
I'm
gonna,
there.
I would not. So I don't begrudge Justin Fry at all for doing this.
I believe if an NFL offer comes his way, I think he'd be very willing to listen to it.
So that's the part that it's because all the flack he caught, and look, the offensive line ended up in the CFP being a strength for Ohio State despite losing 2 studs.
Yeah,
it was a strength.
Yeah,
and that you have to make adjustments. They made adjustments from the personnel, changing positions for some people. It was fantastic to watch.
So we down 2 coaches now with potential.
So far.
With
Chip, we're not sure on Chip Kelly yet.
If Chip Kelly leaves, man.
Yeah.
Man. Right? What do you think Ryan Day takes back over play calling?
Probably.
You think so?
I think he does. Yes, I think he would.
The success he just had a year off.
Unless there's someone he can get who is, if he promotes from within, let's say, and I'm saying, let's say he gives it to Hartline.
Okay.
Hartline, you're the new OC. I think Day would still have a big hand in play calling.
Okay.
Now, if it's somebody else who's an established OC somewhere who comes in and maybe a former NFL OC or something like that, then it might be different. But yeah, I would think he would. By the way, you can talk about this. We only got a couple minutes on it. But anyway, CBS Sports talks some Big 12 and Big 10 teams about how they do their NIL, how they're structured, the NIL agreements. And I found this interesting. The Big Tens, they've got a collective portion that lasts through June. Then they have a school agreement that starts in July, which usually it says, according to this, start of the athletic department's fiscal year. And then they pay out every month the money to the student. It says December payments are equal to everything else, but they're not paid out until December 31st or 10 days after the team's last game, whichever is later, to make sure someone plays in a bowl game or the CFP or whatever. I also saw then there's a clause in the Big 12's the Big 12 school they talk to, there's a clause in the contract that if an athlete fails to disclose known physical or mental health conditions that could impair his ability to compete, the school can reduce payments by 50%.
Jeez.
That's huge.
Jeez. Tell them everything. Yeah. I ain't feeling right today.
Right. And if something like you, hey, I've been feeling right for a couple years. Okay, we're cutting your payments by 50%. It's a weird time in college sports, Tyvis, and the fact that there's no uniformity across the board, that different schools have different clauses, have different contracts, different payment structures, different reasons to hold people accountable for things, different things that lock you in. And it feels like if I were a 17-year-old elite athlete, like you, an ATH, right?
There we go.
ATH. Mm-hmm. My head would be spinning if I'm looking at Baylor, Ohio State, Oklahoma, whatever, and looking at the different schools and trying to decipher what the hell is going on. We had Michael Bennett on Fan Sports Sunday a couple weeks ago, and maybe Fan Sports Saturday, I can't remember. Anyway, I talked about it, though. He's a lawyer, and I feel like if you're a former athlete who's in that field, you could play a very important role in the lives of these 16, 17, 18-year-old kids trying to decipher all the language in these contracts.
Well, yeah.
You've been on one side of it,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You're on both sides of it.
Yeah. I like to play the middle, though.
Right.
I see it from both sides. The language in the contract, I mean, I don't have a problem with the disclosing the injuries and all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
This is, if you fail to disclose it, they take it 50%. Is that what you're saying?
If they fail to disclose it, they could be cut up to 50%. I'm not saying they would, but they could be cut. If they don't disclose a physical or mental thing.
So let's say, I rolled my ankle, but I ain't telling nobody that I rolled my ankle because I want to be on the field. And then something happens, and then I come out and be like, yeah, I rolled my ankle 2 weeks ago. They can decrease my payment.
It'd be like this. It'd be like if you, let's say in high school, you were diagnosed with a chronic, they say you've got a chronic knee issue in high school.
What They better do that.
But I'm saying, if it doesn't come out, though, if it's like your pediatrician says, hey, this knee is going to be a big issue for you in 5 years. Okay, and you're 17. And you go to college, you don't disclose it because you pass all the physicals and everything, and then they find out later you were told, it comes out that, hey, I told Tyvis 5 years ago, 4 years ago, he's got this chronic knee condition. Then they could, or something about if you're on medication for something. Now, mental health stuff, you don't have to disclose that.
That's messed up. Because
you don't have to disclose that. Like, if you're seeing a therapist because you've got some kind of mental health issue, you don't have to tell the school, hey, by the way, I know you want to recruit me, but I've got some issues that I'm dealing with mentally. You don't have to do that. And so, but if they find out about it later on that might hinder your ability to perform, then they could say, if you didn't disclose it, they could say, okay, we're going to take up 50% of your money.
I feel like the schools should be, they don't do physicals like the NFL.
They do physicals. Okay, but in your physical, though, did they say, how are you depressed?
Yeah.
Okay. And what if you said no?
No, I'm talking about the chronic knee thing.
Okay, the chronic knee thing, yes. But I'm saying, but if they say it, if they don't see the knee thing, if it's just something someone looks at it and says, hey, this could be a problem down the road for you.
Okay, and then somebody...
And they don't pick up on it.
Let's say I went to Ohio State and they doctors looked at it and said, he's fine.
He's fine, right.
Oh, well, then that's their problem.
I agree with you. Look, I'm with you on that one.
I did what I was supposed to do. Y'all looked at my knee and you said it wasn't nothing wrong with it. That's your problem.
All right, coming up next in 2 minutes. They're playing at Pebble Beach this weekend, which means it's time to start cashing some tickets. Our golf betting expert, John Gerber, joins us. That's next Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Look here. These teeth?
Yeah?
They're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster.
Rawr.
Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom, 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 nom.
The New Year's celebration has come and gone, but my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin are still offering those great deals. Rich is sticking with rates starting as low as 0% and leases starting from only $249 a month. Test drive the Prologue, the new all-electric SUV from Honda. And how about the very popular CR-V LX all-wheel drive? A 25 lease is only $349 a month for 36 months with $19.99 down. See the dealer for all these amazing details. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Breaking news and Mary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply.
Here's a quick 10-second reminder that the Buckeyes have won the Natty. Also, we are all the games, and we always will. Thank you. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday. Tito, Tyvis, Cole. I haven't talked to this guy in a while. Glad we have him on right now. He is the host of the From North podcast on FanScreen Sports and DSP Media, writer for Athlon Sports, and he is our good friend, golf betting expert John Gerber. Gerb, we got the Pebble Beach going on this weekend, so let's get right to it. How are you looking on your bets? By the way, at Jay Gerber PGA Pro, he puts all of his bets out there. You make money off of him. I promise you. Promise, God, it's a strong word. I promise you, hell with it, I'll say it. Gerb, how are your bets for the winners and top 10s and top 20s at Ham Sandwich going?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we're hanging in there. This is a tough week, obviously, at Pebble Beach. You know, you can get some kind of tough weather. It's a little bit like Columbus, you know, in the wintertime. You can get all four seasons in one day out there. So, you know, you kind of look at some guys that has a good track record out there, guys who can play in some of those, you know, inclement weather. So looking pretty solid. We have Eric Cole that sits there in a good spot. We have him in our top 10 bets. We also have Taylor Pendrith to finish in the top 20. No one really jumps out at us that we picked at the beginning of the week. I had Jason Day, a local guy there in Columbus. We had Will Zalatoris. So we had some picks that's not looking good from the winner's circle, but you never know when it comes to Pebble Beach. But, yeah, we got those top 10s with Eric Cole in the top 20. We have two matchups today that I like a lot. I like Aaron Rye, minus 110 over Sam Stevens. Anytime you have a guy playing Pebble Beach that always wears two gloves, that's usually a bonus. So Aaron Rye fits that category right there. And then I'm going to take Eric Cole again, minus 115 over Patrick Rogers. He steadied the ship. He shot 66 the first round at Pebble. He made two bogeys on the backside yesterday at Spyglass to shoot 69. So he's really steady, and I think he's going to play well today and not make a lot of mistakes.
What do you mean somebody wearing two gloves?
Teddy Bridgewater, two gloves.
Are you kidding me?
No.
He is a guy that wears two golf gloves. I don't know why. Maybe he has too much hair on his arms or his hands. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's always played that way. He's a world-class player. He won on the PGA Tour. He's won a lot in Europe, but it's just one of those things that whether it's perspiration, I'm not really sure. Initially, I kind of frowned upon it, but when you're playing in some rough weather, those two gloves have the tendency to help sometimes.
Wait, what's his name so I can be able to look out for this?
Aaron Rye. Aaron with two A's, R-A-I. It looks awkward at first, kind of like what Tito does when he swings the golf clubs. It doesn't look very good initially, but Aaron Rye gets a little bit better results from Tito's, that's for sure.
Girl, let me ask you this. Last year, Scotty Scheffler was like the guy. Everybody, like every event, it seems like he was winning every event and all of these things, and he obviously had the police incident and all those things, but like he was at the top of golf last year. When you look at coming into this year, who are you confident in of being one of those top golfers outside of Scotty Scheffler?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I mean, it's, you know, you didn't see that kind of dominance since Tiger, you know, years ago that Scotty had last year. I mean, I think I'll look at it a little bit different. I'm going to look at some guys that potentially will have a bounce back year. You know, I really think Justin Thomas is going to have a great year. I think he's settled. I think his family life is better with after having the baby. His dad moved down to West Palm Beach. I think that helps. So maybe a bounce back year for Justin Thomas. I'm not so sure anyone's going to dominate like Scotty Scheffler, but look out for Justin Thomas having a better year than he's had in the past to really kind of propel him to make that Ryder Cup team.
Gerb, you mentioned the personal life thing. How's that impact on things with golfers? And obviously, every athlete, personal life will affect it. I get the sense, though, and I don't know if you can answer this or not, but I get the sense, though, that maybe with a game like golf, where there's so much of tranquility in between shots, where there's calmness, you're alone, there's quiet, that things like family life might make a bigger difference than, say, if you're like an NFL player or a baseball player or a basketball player. Do you think that's accurate?
It can be. It just kind of depends on the individual. Like you said, that's a great point. Golf is static right there most of the time when you're playing out there. Caddies certainly are a great influence that can calm you and get in your mind off things. I really think it kind of depends on who you are. There still is some single guys out there that enjoy that nightlife. I promise you that. In terms of the opposite of a family life, but I just really think it just depends on the individual.
Gerb, before you came on, Tito was telling me about a rule that got passed that they can use, range
finders on more events.
Finders.
Yeah, more events.
Is that something that you are a pro of, and how will that help change the game?
Well, I think so. They use it at the PGA Championship now, which is, it's owned by the PGA of America. They are allowed to use rangefinders. I think if they're able to speed up the game. They use the rangefinders in their practice rounds to gauge yardages and carry over bunkers or water hazards. But, if they're able to do it to speed up the game, and I think that's what they're trying to do just because of the backlash that's been going on the last few weeks, how long it's been taking to play golf. If they're able to use rangefinders to help, it's not an advantage. They're not going to be able to use the ones that have slope and to have winds. Technology is so good. But if it speeds up the game, I'm all for it.
Ty, as you heard Gerb talking before in the last question about how some golfers prefer to stay single and how much they can have a better game and all of that. They stay away from family life and all of that. And that's John Gerber, who is a great golfer. Gerb, at Jay Gerber, PGA Pro is where you can find him, by the way. Gerb, can you pinpoint someone who you think will be a first-time major winner this year?
First-time major winner. Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question. I haven't really got that far down the list, but I'm just telling you the way some of these young kids are coming out that are fearless, that aren't scared, that hit the ball so far, it's not going to be surprising that you're going to continue to see more rookies win on the PGA Tour. But when it comes to majors, that's a little bit different story because of just the experience in a major. I'm still really high if he can stay healthy on Taylor Montgomery. I just think he has all the tools on the PGA Tour. If he can stay healthy, he hits the ball top 10 in driving distance, and he's top 10 in putting on the PGA Tour. So if you look at some of those guys that fit that mold, hit the ball far, especially at Augusta, the way they're continue to make some changes, don't be surprised at that. But to pinpoint one person, I haven't really got that far down the list yet.
I'll pinpoint Rory. Is he going to bounce back this year? Is this the year that he wins a major?
It's been a long time for Rory.
Yeah,
certainly he's played well. If you look at him, played yesterday in the wind. Where he's hitting some of those shots at Pebble Beach yesterday, I'll be out there next week, and to see where he's hitting some of these drives. He's hitting 6-iron in the 14. He hits 7-iron into 18 par 5s. He's driving the ball so well, and if he continues to drive the ball well, that's his key. He can continue to, he can be dominant and certainly pick up another major. And he wants Augusta. I don't know if he puts too much pressure on himself for Augusta or not, but that's something that to be the first major of the year. He will be ready for. I promise you that.
You mentioned these younger guys, Gerb, that are popping up now, and that I totally understand. Yeah, it's hard to kind of forecast what's going to happen here, but does that make your job as a golf handicapper more difficult? Is it more difficult now than it was 5 years ago for you?
Oh, absolutely. You could eliminate a third of the field for the most part when it comes to winning the golf tournament. When I started handicapping events 6 or 7 years ago and we created our system, that was one of the things that we put in terms of experience, guys that made the cut, things like that. But these guys, everyone that's teeing it up week after week can win on the PGA Tour. If you look at 15, 20 years ago, it wasn't like that. So it's become more difficult, but it actually gives you. I don't want to say easier for the top 10s, top 20s, but it also gives you some more money-making opportunities for potential guys that you may have never heard of that you can get really big odds on to finish in the top 10 and top 20, and we definitely look at that.
He is John Gerber, host of Film and Rough podcast on FanStream Sports, DSP Media, and writer for Athlon Sports. And also follow him at J. Gerber PGA Pro. What I love about Gerb is that he puts all of his picks out there. He'll tell you how he's doing. He makes money every year on this. So make sure you follow him. And Gerb, I guess, I don't know if you've got the wrong email address or maybe our phone numbers are mixed up, but I didn't get the call to caddy for you at Pebble next week, but that's okay. We'll work on it again next year, buddy. Thanks for the time, and let's keep doing this.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on. Hopefully talk to you next week.
You're the man. Thanks, John Gerber. There joins us there on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Coming up next, Jake Diebler. You were here last night, right?
I was here with Deebs last night, yes.
And then was Sanzenbacher actually here?
Yes, he was.
Because the picture looks like a cardboard cutout. The one Tim tweeted out.
It is hilarious.
It looks like it looks one-dimensional if you watch it, if you take a look at it. Yeah,
Wait,
Cole?
that was real?
I'm telling you, I thought it was also. I looked at that picture. And I thought, he's not there.
No, he was here, but he wasn't in that picture.
So how'd you get him in there? There was Photoshop in there?
They Photoshopped.
Okay, that makes sense.
It looks like whatever Dane's version of Tyvus's little cardboard face.
Exactly. That's what I thought too. I saw it. I said, there's no way Dane's there. And who did a stand-up of Sanzenbacher? Anyway, the point of it was Jake Diebler was here.
Yes.
And so was a cardboard cutout of Dane Sanzenbacher. We'll hear what Diebler had to say next. This is Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for two things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? Truehold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron. Superheroes!
I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
Come in. Joe, I wasn't expecting to see you. Why does everybody say that? I came to congratulate you. No joke. Well, it was a hard-fought campaign. Campaign? I'm talking about $5 at Great Lakes Kia. Great Lakes Kia, where new Kias are less than lunch. Brand new Kias, $5 a day. I'm being serious right now. Only at Great Lakes Kia. Guess what? And by the way, get 0% financing for 72 months. Lease new 25 Kia Sorrentos LX, just $5 a day. And we love that third row seating, don't we? And new K4s, LXS, just $5 a day. No joke. Even new K5s, LXS, just $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia. But what about credit? Come on, man. If you've got a job, you ride $5 a day. Here's the deal. Go to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. My first home was $5. Not kidding around.
Plus tax and tag to qualified buyers. Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Get ready to make the big game even bigger at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. With 2 massive jumbotrons, over 50 feet of screen, and more than 30 TVs, you won't miss a single play, touchdown, or highlight. Fuel your game with mouthwatering food and bucket specials. Plus, warm up with our pregame cornhole toss for your chance to win big before kickoff. Reserve your table now for the best seat in the house. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Save big on your next project right now at Menards. Get cleaner clothes and softer skin with Morton Water Softeners. Morton's Wi-Fi integration allows for tracking and alerts, which puts you in control of your water while at home or away. Morton's look-ahead technology learns and predicts your water needs, saving you money. Save big on Morton Water Softeners. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Weston Air Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday. Thank you to John Gerber for joining us there in the last segment at Jay Gerber PGA Pro. It's where you can find him. He puts all his picks out there. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose, but I'm telling you, the guy makes money. He gets a lot of stuff right there. Tito, Tyvis, Cole with you. By the way, Tyvis.
Yes.
So Cole tweeted out the interception you had.
Okay.
A lot of excitement for a spring game interception. After you get it, I see Kerry Combs come out and give you a big hug for a non-play. Did you... I can't tell from the video, but did you keep that ball?
No.
Why wouldn't you keep the ball?
Threw that one back to the ref. Why would that? Because it is not. Why is it significant?
I think he pulled a TL and pulled the Sharpie out of his sock.
Signed it. Yeah, it's probably what he did.
I did that to Cardell in the last spring game. I took it. I picked him off. He hit me out of bounds.
Yeah.
And then I got up, signed the ball, handed it to him, and posed and took a selfie with him.
See, you don't come across to me as the cocky type.
How do you think you displayed your hands today?
I ain't drop a ball. I started to go out there and one-handed because I know people be trying to play me sometimes. So, I just want to go out there and catch everything in sight. Didn't drop no money today.
Doesn't sound cocky at all.
I thought about you yesterday as I was driving home. And I was saying to myself, because I was like, I got to work. As I was driving here after the Buckeye show, I was playing today in my head, like, I'll work with Tito. And I was laughing at the fact that people really don't believe that I actually used to point to people's mothers.
I know, dude.
And the funny thing is, I sent Tito the video of me literally pointing to somebody's mother. So he knows that I'm not kidding when I say I used to do that.
I'm not trying to compare the two of you, but I'm going to tell you this. I'll give you 2 athletes that I've heard say this. One is Deion Sanders, where Deion Sanders is one person, prime time's another. I've heard Magic Johnson say, Irvin is one person, Magic's another. I am convinced that there are 2 Tyvises. Because this Tyvis here is one of the nicest people, most humble people you will ever meet. Get him between the white lines. I'm talking about the football field lines, okay? Between those white lines. Get between the white lines, I think there's a different Tyvus. Do you agree with that, Cole? You think that's possible?
Yeah, he's like the Boz.
Yeah, the Boz. That's another one. That's right. I did all black people. I'm sorry about that. That was racist. You're right. Boz is another one. Yeah. God, thank you for bailing me out on that one because now I don't look so racist. Yes, the Boz. That was the other one.
I mean, I would say.
I'd say a lot of people probably do, don't they?
Oh, you have to. Like, the thing about the game of football is it's such a violent sport that if you go out there just like clear mind, like you'll get taken advantage. They'll run right over you. You have to have some type of swag and confidence and demeanor to yourself. I mean, heck, I got a picture of me on Kenny Galladay, deflecting the pass on Kenny Galladay, looking down on him, talking crazy to him. Like, they literally snapped the picture of me doing that to you. So,
is that healthy?
Yeah. It makes the game more fun.
It's just what the moment calls for. Like when you're on the radio, it doesn't call for the same thing. So you're just
I'm the same way.
It's
sticking
like
back, hanging out.
It's like
but
when
on the field, you gotta.
When I watch Davison Igbinosun play, like he's funny to me because he'll make a play and he just is completely spazzing out. Like if they throw a ball at him,
that they didn't throw a flag on me.
If they throw a ball at him and he make a play, like it's like disrespectful,
right?
And that's the way I took it. Like when I was playing DV, if you threw a pass at me, it's like you.
That was an insult.
Yeah, you think that I ain't that deal. Like you think you can. This would actually work. We can. Oh, we got him. Like that's. So like yeah, you got to talk crazy, and it really is always directed. It's not necessarily the players that I'm directing it at. A lot of people direct it to the play. I'm directing it to the play caller. Like, are you out of your mind? Is you insane? You better try that on Vaughn or somebody. Don't do me like that. Is you crazy? Like, that's where my mind was at. So anytime somebody threw a pass at my way and I, like, made a play on it, the thing was like, are you insane? You must have lost your marbles thinking you go get something on me. But that's the attitude you have to have. Now that I'm out of it, like, I'm not like that anymore. Like I've lived like 3 lives in my one life.
At least 3, yes.
I lived 3 different lives. Like so now that I'm 30 now, like unless I'm in a competitive sport, like if I'm playing basketball or we go play football, like I will get back into that guy.
Right.
But I'm not that guy anymore.
I thought you were 31.
I'll be 31 in 15 days.
Yeah, so don't first case again. That is, you are such a liar.
How?
You're 31. You're 15 days.
I'll be 31 in 15 days.
No, we're not doing this. No, you're damn near 31.
16, 216, baby. Cleveland's child.
Bedford.
I knew that you were close to 31. I wasn't sure it was that close, but the fact that go ahead and say you're 30 right now, that's
I'm 30.
Okay, what?
I got 15 days.
Okay, you're 31.
I'm on Tyvus' team on this one, to be honest with you.
Can anyone look?
You can't tell him he's lying about his age. He's not even exaggerating.
No, he's mad that I'm not saying that I'm 31 and my birthday's in 2
On this topic, happy birthday, Matty Ice. But I think
today is Matty Ice's birthday?
I believe so.
Happy birthday, Matty Ice.
But Tyvus is just answering the question straight up.
No, listen. No, at this point in your life, okay, when you are where you're at, you're 15 days, I say, how old are you? You say, I'm almost 31 is what he should be saying. Not I'm 30. I'm almost 31. Okay. That should be the answer. I'm just saying, Tyvus. That's the part
I'm
that
not
that'd
about
be
to
true.
age myself.
I'm not asking you to age yourself. I'm just saying.
First of all, 30 is young. 30 and 31 is young.
I know it is.
You know, I was thinking about this. It's funny you bring this up, too, because I was thinking, like, every year, usually you'd like to say, this is my Jordan year. This is my Steph Curry year.
Right.
31. Is Reggie Miller 31?
Reggie Miller?
Was Reggie Miller 31?
Yeah. He was 31 like 10 years ago.
No, I'm saying his jersey number.
Oh, I don't know. No, was it 30? Yeah, I think it was 31. Yeah, you're right. Yes, I see what you're saying there.
Reggie Miller. I might have to post a picture on when I turn 31.
31? You can do that one.
That's what I'm going to post.
That's probably a good idea. I think that you should say, though, that you're almost 31.
No, I'm 30 and I'll be 31 in 15 days.
I have an aunt who's in her upper 50s and she always refers to herself at 60. And it's like in a real sad and pessimistic way. She's like, man, I'm 60. I'm like, no, you're not. You don't have to age yourself a few years just because there's no requirement to round up.
Age is just a number. Like, do I carry myself as a 30-year-old, Tito?
Well, I didn't see on the liquid diet this morning. You brought in some kind of sandwich you're eating for breakfast.
I had a Chick-fil-A biscuit.
Okay, whatever it was, I'm just saying it was.
It's fire. You never had the spicy chicken biscuit?
I haven't.
Oh man, you put some strawberry jelly on that thing.
That does it?
Oh man, hurt me.
Kurt Rambis, also 31, white guy. 4-time champion for the Lakers. This would be your Kurt Rambis year, maybe.
No, I'd rather go Reggie Miller.
Your Ricky Davis year. Who tried to
Ricky Davis?
Who tried to get the triple-double.
Yeah. Throw it off the glass and get your own rebound.
Himself, yeah. By the way, I think that's more Tyvus. I think that's more Tyvus style.
It was one of the most clever things that's ever been done.
Tyvus would have done that.
Tyvus totally would have done that. Tyvus totally would have done that. I could see him doing that. I could see Tyvus fumbling on purpose after an interception and then picking it up so he gets credit for fumble recovery and interception on the same play.
Yeah.
That's a little far.
No, I'm just saying. Not you, Tyvus, but the other Tyvus.
Fumble the ball, then pick it up.
Yeah, so you get credit for that. By the way, we didn't play the Jake Diebler sound, so sorry about that. But we will play it later on, I promise you that. But coming up next, they've got a home game tomorrow against a team he used to coach. The Ohio State women take on Washington. Buckeye head coach Kevin McGuff joins us next. This is Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
When that alarm clock goes off, Morning Juice comes on. The perfect way to dominate your day or just lay around the house. Morning Juice.
Weekdays at 6.
The Fan.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Oh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Hi, Bob Mashuter back with a huge message for 2025. Dick Mashuter Ford is offering the biggest deals in a decade to kick off the new year. How about new Broncos for up to $16,000 off? New F-150s up to $11,000 off? And up to $12,000 off of Super Duties. If you resolve to save money this new year, then don't wait and grab your new Ford to kick off an awesome 2025. Dick Mashuter Ford. Closed Sundays because it's the right thing to do, but 24/7 at mashuterford.net.
You hear that? That's the sound of the new Tim Hortons pairings calling your name. Whether rushing to the car or grabbing a quick bite on your way to work, Tim's has a breakfast deal designed for your busy life. Choose from a warm small cup of coffee with our savory omelet bites or creamy avocado toast for just $4. Or grab a hearty grilled breakfast wrap with coffee for just $5. A delicious pairing at your convenience to tackle the day. At participating U.S. restaurants, excludes grilled breakfast wrap with beef. Terms apply.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Wealth Advisors. Loads and fees erode your retirement savings. Let us show you how to protect your nest egg. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
It's a different world today than it was 30 years ago when I started Care Heating and Cooling. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, 30 years ago, you were the first to warn of companies using service technicians as salespeople, of abusing the trust that a service technician has. With the big conglomerates now buying companies all over Central Ohio, this has become the normal business model.
It's all about greed. The conglomerates know they can make a lot more money by incentivizing their technicians to sell furnaces instead of fixing them. They train their techs to take advantage of a customer when they are the most vulnerable.
Dad, that is not how we were taught. In 2024, Care Heating and Cooling was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Happy Saturday to you. I'm Cole Bartemus. Let's hear it one time for the Columbus Blue Jackets. They begin this road trip with a sweep of their Thursday-Friday back-to-back. It was a 3-2 overtime victory over the artist formerly known as the Arizona Coyotes, that being the Utah Hockey Club. Stop me if you've heard this before, but Kirill Marchenko scored a goal in this game. It was the Russian's 21st of the season. He has 54 points in total. And Marchenko also sports the league's best plus-minus, sitting at an astounding plus 30. Zach Werenski scored the finisher in overtime. There is a serious three-way battle for being the top point getter for defensemen in the National Hockey League, and Werenski is right in the thick of it. Quinn Hughes of the Vancouver Canucks currently holds the throne with 59, but Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche as well as Zach Werenski sit right behind Quinn at 57. Nothing going on today locally, but everything is happening tomorrow. That is Sunday. Jackets will be in Dallas to face the Stars. Buckeye men's will be at Illinois, and the women will be hosting Washington.
Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday. Tito, Tyvis, Cole with you. And now we are joined on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, Ohio State women's head coach, the number 8 Ohio State Buckeyes, Kevin McGuff. And Kevin, I'll start off by saying this. Tyvis having an argument during the break like we often do. And he just said that I was mad at him because I'm old, and I know you're 2 years older than me, so no offense. I'm sure Tyvis didn't have any offense to you on that one, but welcome in, and curious about this now. You've got the game against Washington. I know you were there for a few years there at Washington coaching them. Is it weird for you coaching against a team you used to coach, or is it so far beyond now, like you've been at Ohio State for a long time, that it doesn't matter?
It's kind of so far beyond, especially playing at home. It's not really that odd or different. I think when we go there next year, it may be a little different walking back in that building, seeing some of the people I used to see on a daily basis, probably see some of my former players there. So that one will be a little different. But tomorrow, not really, just really focused on playing a really good Washington team.
Coach, first of all, I want to thank you. My wife and I were in the building for the Maryland game, and we want to thank you for making that very fun. It started off a little shaky at halftime.
Yeah, we made it a little too fun.
But I love the way y'all came out with the press in the second half and really kind of took that game.
But McGuff's old. It takes a while for him to get caught up. Right there, Tyvis, is that what you're going to say? Go ahead.
Listen, you really upset.
No, I'm good. Let's go.
Upset that he's mad that I'm 30 and I'll be 31 in 15 days, and he hasn't seen 30 since the Nam. But anyways, when you look at this team, obviously they've been succeeding. You're 19-1 on the year. Has this team exceeded your expectation of where you thought they would be at this moment, or is there still work to go?
Still work to go, and I think you watched a game that I'll be able to perfectly describe kind of where we are and where we have to go, is that if you look at us a year ago, we were a much more consistent team. And the reason was we had several fifth-year players. We had Rebecca Michalak-October in her fifth year, J.C. Sheldon in her fifth year, Ricky Harris in her fifth year. Celeste Taylor, although hadn't been here 5 years, was in her fifth year of college. And so we knew what we were going to get every night. We had incredible leadership out of J.C. Sheldon, and we were just way more consistent. This year, with 7 newcomers, we were really fortunate to bring in some really talented kids. So I love our talent, but we're still trying to find that consistency. And the Maryland game was a great example. Even within specific games, we can have a dreadful quarter, and then the next quarter, we just dominate. And so that's where if we can get in February, just get closer to 40 minutes, consistently playing our brand of basketball and being who we're capable of being, that's kind of the goal for us right now.
Kevin McGuff joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Ohio State hosts Washington tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Go check it out. You just heard the ringing endorsement from Tyvis. Had fun out there with he and his wife. Didn't take the daughters with you? Just you and the wife?
No, just me and the wife.
The daughters could benefit being out there.
Yeah, no, shout out to Cody. Cody will hook me up. So shout out to Cody.
Kevin, some of the times this year, you've had some injury issues, not big ones, but, Cambridge missed some games, and obviously McMahon earlier in the season. What's more important for you right now, consistency or health?
I think a combination of both. If we don't have, obviously, our key players out there, we're not going to be the team we're capable of being. Now we do have some depth this year, and so we've been able to withstand some of these injuries. But as we head towards March, obviously being healthy is going to be a huge key. And I don't think we can be consistent if we're not healthy. So they kind of like go hand in hand in my eyes. And, the health part we can't always control, but the consistency, hopefully we can. And so that's where we're really putting a lot of emphasis and focus.
Coach, speaking of Cody, last year she was really good at getting to the basket and being a finisher. What's some things this year that you wanted her to improve on in the offseason that you've seen her taking those leaps to getting better at this season so far?
I think there's two really critical things. Knock on wood, her three-point shooting. She's shooting at a higher clip from the perimeter. And to your point, because she drives the ball so aggressively and effectively, people are going to make her make shots from the perimeter probably first. And so she's got to continue to make sure she takes good shots and can have some effectiveness there. And then the other part, probably the more important part, is like with having graduated J.C. Sheldon, we need leadership. And Cody plays with such emotion that she's kind of like a natural leader. And I think when she has that positive energy going on the floor and playing so hard, it kind of brings the team with her. And so we really need her to have great leadership here down the backside of the season.
So, Kevin, when I'm following college basketball, both on the men's and women's side, I think there's sometimes programs get to a point where they're like, we're not going to plan for you. We're going to play our game. You plan for us. Is that a goal for a coach to have a program at that point? And do you ever feel like you're at that point?
Well, I think that, we've established a clear kind of identity of who we are as a team. We play very fast on offense. We use a full court press, which not a lot of people do, and we're very aggressive with it. So I think people certainly have to plan for us, and because of our unique style, and it really plays to our identity. So we want to make sure that we're really good at who we are, and identity is really important to me. Now, we will make tweaks in game plan for other people and try to take away some of their strengths. But for the most part, we want to make sure each day, each week, as we prepare for other teams, we don't lose sight of the fact that we're just trying to evolve and be the best version of ourselves every time we go out there on the court.
Where did this come from, the full court? I don't know if you did it at Washington in your previous coaching career, if you grew up playing that way, if there's a certain team you saw that you modeled after that, but like this full court press, I love watching it, and you guys do it the entire game. Where did that come from for you?
Yeah, it's kind of a long story. I'll give you the short version is, when I got to Ohio State, we were running an offense called the dribble drive, and it was a guy named Vance Wahlberg who's famous in basketball circles, and he's currently the head men's coach at Fresno State, and he's been in the NBA, high school, college, all over the place. And he kept telling me, he's a friend of mine, and he's kind of a basketball junkie, he kept telling me he had this full court press. He thinks I'd really like it, and I was always a half court person. But when we got to Ohio State, we were able to recruit what I thought was a little bit higher level athlete, and we were a little deeper. And I looked at this as something I wanted to try to implement, to kind of force to play more people and use our depth and athleticism. And so I looked at it and we started doing it, and I just really liked it. We've gotten better at it, and it's kind of become a big part of kind of who we are here, and we recruit to it, and it's been good to us.
Coach, this year you are dealing with having sisters on the team, the Cambridge sisters, Jelani and Kennedy. Talk about how they feed off of each other when they're on the court together. And is there any way that I can get you to still stay there for 16 more years so I got my two girls to be coached by you?
Yes, because Tyvis, that is possible, because despite what you may think, people in their 50s and 60s and 70s can't actually live a healthy, fruitful life and work and do those things. So, yes, no problem. Tito and I are here for it. He'll be on the radio and I'll be on the court.
So, Kevin, by the way, I want you to know, I intentionally am not bringing up what happens after the Washington game, because I know you never look ahead, and I've asked you before, how do you keep the girls from looking ahead? And you always tell me the same thing, so I'm not going to ask you about it. But, boy, this week, the next 7 days are important days for this program, right?
Yeah, so we obviously, I'm not going to give you the coach speak, but we play a very, very good Washington team tomorrow, and they're really good on offense. And if our defense isn't on point, it's going to be a long day, because they've had some really good moments this year. They're building a great program, and so we're locked in, focused. We're going to practice here in about 20 minutes, and it's going to be all about Washington, because if we don't prepare and be ready for tomorrow, we're going to get our butts kicked. So we got to get through that, and then obviously we head to California. We all know that, and just the way the conference is, it's really only one. It's we could go there twice and play USC and UCLA on different trips. It wouldn't make sense. So we're going to go there. We're going to leave Monday. We'll play UCLA Wednesday. We'll play USC Saturday night. Then we'll come back on Sunday. So it's going to be a long week against two great teams and programs. And so, it's going to be challenging, but that's why we come to Ohio State to playing games like that.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Tyvis said, by the way, next time we have you on, he'll talk louder because he knows you and I older with our hearing issues. So we appreciate the time and get a W tomorrow and have fun out west.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kevin. That was Kevin McGuff, head coach of the Ohio State women's basketball team. Boy, usually, Tyvis, I'm the one who insults the guests. Odd that it was you this time.
I didn't insult him.
I'm just saying it's odd that you would be the one to do it because typically it's me that does it.
You kind of led the charge.
Well, I don't know if I led the charge or not. I think it's up for debate who really led the charge on that one. I
sent the shots at you, and you directed them towards him.
He's 55. I'm 53. Sorry about that. We're not going to apologize for being born. We were born. You said that I was 30 and Nom, and so how old was Kevin then? They are so much fun to watch. You saw it out there.
Oh, yeah.
They are so much fun to watch.
Especially because when it's a home game, they get that crowd going.
Yes.
And they know how to put their foot on somebody's neck. Yeah. And I love it. Like that press, when they get in that press.
Good Lord.
Oh, my God. You watch the teams just swerve trying to figure out how to figure this out.
With the weird conference schedule it's set up this year. So they play UCLA and USC, but they just play them out there, not here.
Yeah.
UCLA is number 1 in the country, 20-0, 8-0 in the Big Ten. USC is 19-1, 9-0 in the Big Ten, number 4 in the country. It's going to be a big stretch of games.
Yeah. And they're going to be out in California for, I think, a whole week.
Yeah, they're out there for a whole week,
Matt Andrews going to have a lot of free time to just hang out.
Honestly, I think
out.
I think Andrew had something to do with that. I think Andrew went to the administration and said, "Look, let's try to plan it this way. Let's make sure it's when it's going to be cold in Columbus or something like that. And let's get out there and spend a week." I'm surprised not longer than a week.
I know yesterday it was in the 50s.
Yesterday was
I had the top open. I had the sunroof open yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I started to boil a baker and wear shorts.
Coming up next, something happened 25 years ago this week. Is it a reason the former Buckeye is not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? We'll do that next. Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Ah, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for 2 things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? Truehold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Look here. These teeth?
Yeah?
They're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster.
Rawr.
Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 16 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com.
Coughlin has the car for you. Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Come in. Joe, I wasn't expecting to see you. Why does everybody say that? I came to congratulate you. No joke. Well, it was a hard-fought campaign. Campaign? I'm talking about $5 at Great Lakes Kia. Great Lakes Kia, where new Kias are less than lunch. Brand new Kias, $5 a day. I'm being serious right now. Only at Great Lakes Kia. Guess what? And by the way, get 0% financing for 72 months. Lease new 25 Kia Sorrentos LX, just $5 a day. And we love that third-row seating, don't we? And new K4s, LXS, just $5 a day. No joke. Even new K5s, LXS, just $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia. Well, what about credit? Come on, man. If you've got a job, you ride $5 a day. Here's the deal. Go to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. My first home was $5. Not kidding around.
Tax and tag to qualified buyers. Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. The best time of the year for football is finally here. The big game has arrived, and fans are excited to see you'll be hoisting the trophy in New Orleans. You can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Check out their big game giveaway promo for your chance at $1 million in prizes. 25 winners will walk away with $10K in cash. 7,500 winners will get $100 in bonus bets. No deposit or bet required. Opt in today in the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Definitely need to layer up as you head out the door today. Temperatures only getting into the upper 30s to low 40s. A big difference from our weather on Friday. But as we go overnight tonight, it will be a cold night ahead with temperatures dropping below the freezing mark into the upper 20s. We will see Sunday with increasing clouds and temperatures much warmer, getting up around 50, but we could have a chance of some isolated showers as we go later into the day. Otherwise, expect it to be mainly dry. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Buckeye games have been airing on WBNS since before you were born and before your parents were born and before Abraham Lincoln was born. Trust me, your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday. Tito and Tyvis with you here. I was telling you, Tyvis, the fact that Michigan State, you brought up Tom Izzo, and they've had 2 head coaches since 1976. Judd Heathcote and then Tom Izzo, and you asked if Izzo was on the staff when Magic was there. He was not. I just looked it up. He was an assistant in Northern Michigan from 79 to 83, got to Michigan State in 83 as an assistant coach, was assistant from 83 to 95, and then took over for Heathcote in 95. That's a long time.
It's a long. How old is Tom Izzo?
70. So
okay, he got you out. I'm about to say,
don't. Again, if you're listening, no offense, Kevin. There's a running back from Ohio State.
Go Bucks.
Who had almost 10,500 yards in his career.
It's a lot of yards.
Yep. He All-Pro 3 times.
Okay.
And
was his first team All-Pro.
He was first team All-Pro twice, and once he was second team.
Okay. That's respectable.
Played the NFL for 9 years.
That's a nice career.
They ran his butt into the ground with how many carries they gave him. There was one season he had 403 carries.
How many yards?
1,509 yards.
Okay.
And caught 50 passes. Okay?
Okay.
That's pretty big right there. And then also had more in the playoffs. He had more touches on that. So you're talking about probably a close to damn near 500 touch season. Anyway, he's not in the Hall of Fame. And I contend.
It's racial.
No, that's what you want to say. Because you're right, there's not enough black running backs in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You've got, like John Capoletti in there, guys like that, right? That's who we're looking at here. I don't think Jim Otis is in there.
Is CMC a Hall of Famer?
I don't see Peyton Hillis in there.
He should be. He's
Eddie George.
Cleveland legend.
Eddie George should be in the Hall of Fame. And I believe in Super Bowl 34, when the Rams played the Titans, Rams won that game 23-16. There was a late touchdown pass, less than 2 minutes left, like a 70-some-yard touchdown pass that was thrown from Kurt Warner to Isaac Bruce that put them up by 7. Mm-hmm. Tennessee drives down the field.
And gets 1 yard.
And you got the
short.
Kevin Dyson, like with a reach out. Yeah, reaches out.
Couldn't get there.
Now, if he scores that touchdown.
Eddie George is a Super Bowl champion.
Well, it would tie and send it to overtime. He'd have a chance to be,
right.
Okay?
Yes.
But let's say Tennessee does win that game.
And that was the greatest show on turf, too.
Greatest show on turf. Eddie George in that game damn well could have been the MVP.
What do you have?
He was the leading rusher. He had 95 yards rushing.
Okay.
35 yards receiving.
Okay.
Scored 2 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Marshall Faulk on the other side, 10 carries, 17 yards.
Oh, he ain't do nothing.
Got shut down.
What about in the receiving? Because he was
not much for Faulk either receiving. It wasn't that much. I don't know what the number was, but Eddie George had 130 total yards and 2 touchdowns.
Eddie and Ray Lewis hates each other.
I know that, yeah. But if all of a sudden you put that on Eddie, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, he'd be in.
He's got to be in.
First ballot.
So it's safe to say, it's not safe to say, I'm sorry, it's plausible to believe 1 more yard could have put Eddie George in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think in Hall of Famer anyway. What do you think, Cole? Is he a Hall of Famer?
All right, well, here's my comparison, because when you're talking about Super Bowl MVPs, I go to our guy, Hines Ward.
Okay.
Was Eddie George a better running back than Hines Ward was a receiver? Because Hines Ward has a Super Bowl MVP and is still not in.
Hines Ward, I think, should also be in.
Yes, Eddie was a better running back than Hines Ward.
I would say that Eddie,
and I love Hines Ward. He reminds me of myself. He just smiles.
He did the dirty work, too.
He just smiles.
Where I'll put this in perspective is that I think that the only reason I say Eddie George should be in is because there are a lot of receivers that have numbers similar to Hines Ward versus running backs that have numbers similar to Eddie George that aren't in. Like, it's tough to be a receiver and get in the Hall of Fame now because you've got a bunch of guys that are on the list every year that don't get in that are damn good receivers.
Torrey Holt?
Holt's one of them, yes. A lot of guys like that.
Yeah.
I think Torrey Holt, and I was in St. Louis for 2 years, I think people, the sentiment is that they're holding the greatest show on turf against him.
Yeah.
Because they already have like 5 of his teammates and his coach already in. So it's like, how many can we have from one team?
Hey, same thing with Steel Curtain, right? Like, who is it? Is L.C. Greenwood not in? Is that the one I'm thinking of? There's a couple of guys from Steel Curtain that have not gotten into the Hall of Fame yet because they've got so many Steel Curtain guys from the 70s Steelers team already in. And, yeah, I think that Holt, not that it's a system thing they did, but I think he kind of gets held back by that as well.
How many years you think I have to be on the ballot to get in the Hall of Fame?
Boy, I tell you, Tyves, now what you're trying to do now is...
How many years you think I have to be on the ballot?
Which Hall of Fame are we talking?
I don't...
NFL.
The 49ers preseason Hall of Fame?
Yeah. You know what you are? You are a spring game All-American is what you are. By the way,
after you gave up that touchdown in Arizona to lose the game.
Yeah.
I was going to bring that one up.
I blew that.
I'm not going to bring that one up.
I blew that. Like, kids, make sure y'all take coaching and apply. You only get, Eminem says that you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow because this opportunity comes once in a lifetime. And I blew mine. I blew it.
Here's a pencil. Write something suspenseful.
It's a BC Lions Hall of Famer.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, yeah. Training camp at the BC Lions. Whoo, I led the team in picks.
How many did you have?
I think I had like 6.
Do they all count?
Every last one of them.
Weeks.
Yeah, it's a CFL.
I was there for like 3 weeks, first of all. You pipe down.
I shorted you 1 week.
But people always defend you. Someone tweeted out this picture after we put out the thing about your non-interception in the spring game. Somebody tweets out a picture of you with John Saunders on the podium.
Oh, yeah.
Wearing your hat. It looks like the black T-shirt. It's the championship T-shirt, like just around your neck.
Yeah,
not even cover up
because
the
I
jersey.
couldn't put it. It wasn't big enough. I wasn't about to put it over my pads and all that stuff. That's too much.
So you put it on your neck like a damn mascot.
Yeah, I just put it around my neck. Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to keep my shirt. I didn't want to lose the shirt, so just throw it around the neck for right now. But I'm not about to put it over my pads and stuff.
I'll say Eddie George. I got their football references. Eddie George was a better running back than Hines Ward was a receiver. It's not like so far apart that Tyvis is like, oh, what are you talking about? What kind of a question is that?
When you think about some of the top running backs in that time, Eddie's name comes up a lot. You think about some of the top receivers when Hines was playing. Hines is not a thought like top 3, top 4, top 5. Like when you think of those running backs, you think Eddie is top 5.
He had 488 offensive touches in 2000. That is a lot of touches when you count playoffs and regular season.
Air McNair.
Kevin McNair,
Derek Mason.
He led the league in carries that year. He was never the same after that big year. But like even his yards per carry, like he doesn't have a great statistic line as far as yards per carry go, but he was reliable. Ended his career with 268 catches, 2,865 rushing attempts, 2,800.
Do you know that I outthrew Eddie in a throwing competition?
You outthrew Eddie?
Yeah, so this what happened. So Cardell had a camp. Like he used to have like a camp back when we was playing. He had a football camp that he had down here somewhere. I don't remember where we were, but it was somewhere down here. And he had like a bunch of alumni come and do drills and stuff. So obviously I was doing the DBs because we didn't drop money back in the day. So at the end of it, he wanted to do a throw off, like which coach, quote unquote, can throw the furthest.
Okay.
And then it came down to me, Jalen Marshall, and Eddie George.
Okay.
So Eddie went first. Eddie threw this ball, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen because Eddie is like.
Yeah, he's jacked.
So I'm thinking he about to throw this thing like 90 yards.
Right.
Eddie might have threw that thing maybe 25 yards. I couldn't believe it. I could not.
I promise you, Eddie George threw more than 25 yards.
I promise you, he did not throw it more than 25. I could not stop laughing at it. So it came down to he was out. He's out. Like there's not even a chance. So it came down to me and Jalen, and me and Jalen threw it at the same time. And guess who won?
You know what? I think Cole and I, and by the way, America knows. You would not ask that question if you didn't win. There's no way I would say.
Who do you think won?
If I would say, hey, is Jalen? No, we both know. Jalen knows who won.
Jalen is a former quarterback in high school.
We all know who won, or you wouldn't bring it up.
That's not true. I brought it up because
who won?
Eddie was there.
Okay, who won?
I did.
Of course you did. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Listen,
did you guys ever say to you, hey, I was dating this girl one time. Guess who married her?
But the thing about
Not me.
Think about this, though. It shouldn't come as a surprise.
Why not?
Because the fruit of my loins is arguably one of the strongest arms to come through Ohio State at quarterback, Cardell. You see the arm? Where do you think he got it from?
Fruit of your loins. What, is he your father? Is he your dad?
Yeah, where do you think he got it from?
Cardell got it. So you're Cardell's dad.
Yeah. Everybody know that.
Cardell, man. If he wasn't at a buffet right now, I'd ask him to call in.
I was going to say, tell your son to get on a treadmill.
No kidding. I like how you think we wouldn't know you won it.
Yeah. You know the problem Cardell has now? You did not have that your freshman year during that spring game when you were about 150 pounds.
Yeah. But this was when we was in peak shape. This camp happened like after my first year in the league. So this had to be like 2017.
Okay, so we got to ask, how far did it go?
27 yards.
Probably like 60, 65 yards.
I'll take the under. I'll take the under on that one.
You're such a
By the way, I looked at that film again of your interception in the spring game.
Seeing how skinny I was?
No, I just noticed there were 13 defenders on the field. So you were an extra guy out there. There was 13 out there. So there was actually 2 penalties on the play.
There's 2 extra people out there.
Yeah, it's funny. There's 2 of them out there, and one of them must have been you. And so you got the pick when, 13 out of 11, you should get a pick.
No.
Did you see in that play where Michael Thomas tried to kick Tyvis?
I didn't catch that part. You tried to kick him?
You're going to have to rewatch that video. Go to Colbart Radio on Twitter. I posted the video, or Tyvis or Tito, because they retweeted it too.
Sure.
Michael Thomas tries to kick Tyvis Powell, and I'm not happy about that.
Yeah.
With cleats?
He hated me.
He hate you because he ate you. Coming up in 2 minutes. As the Buckeyes search for new defensive coordinator, but they also need an offensive coordinator and a new former Buckeye. A now former Buckeye says goodbye. We'll do that next. Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with the sound of freshness. With new low prices on hundreds of your favorite produce items. So you save on all the crunch, all the flavor, all the just pick goodness you love. Surround yourself with savings every time you shop with new low prices on apples, carrots, lettuce, celery, and more. Enjoy fresh savings on fresh produce at your neighborhood Giant Eagle.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron.
Superheroes! I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting over 365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday. Tito and Tyvis with you. Let's go backwards on that tease. I'm going to play this first. Will Howard, who is now, I guess you can call him a former Buckeye, right? Is that accurate there?
Buckeye for life. Buckeye legend.
That's fine.
Buckeye legend, Will Howard.
This is a longer clip than we normally play. It's about a minute and a half. But I want you to listen. This is what Will Howard posted on Twitter. And go check it out on Twitter also if you want to see it. It's a cool video with it too. But here is Will Howard posting a bit of a thank you, I guess, to the university and to Buckeye Nation.
Will Howard, quarterback, Downingtown, Pennsylvania. I believe that everything in life happens for a reason and that God has a plan for all of us. And I am eternally grateful that my plan led me here to the Ohio State University. When I first came in here to Ohio State, I had dreams of competing for a national championship, developing as a player, and hopefully going on to the NFL. But little did I know, walking away from this experience, I'd get so much more.
Now, a downfield shot. Touchdown, Ohio State! Will Howard scrambling in here. Howard looking to launch. Right down the middle. Smith is wide.
The faith of the men in the locker room has moved me more than they could even imagine, and has strengthened my faith throughout this whole year and throughout really everyone in the locker room. Through all the dog days of the offseason in the weight room with Coach Mick, we made some unbelievable friendships that I will cherish and I know will last for the rest of our lives. Thank you, Coach Day, for believing in me when not a lot of others did. Thank you, Coach Kelly, for pushing me to be the best that I can be every single day. You know, I got to give so much credit to those two guys. And Billy Fessler is one of the guys that doesn't get a lot of credit too. He did an unbelievable job developing me this year. And thank you to all the other coaches and staff that helped in my development here at the Ohio State University. And finally, thank you to Buckeye Nation for embracing me from day one. Thank you for taking me in and embracing me as one of your own. I will be a Buckeye for life. OH.
Pretty cool there, Tyvis.
What a guy.
Yes.
What a guy.
I was impressed with him the first time I met him at the Cardale Jones softball game. We sat down with him out there at the charity softball game.
He came and got on the radio with you?
Yeah, he did it was Dane and I, and he did about, he actually did like 10 to 15 minutes with us.
Oh, really?
And he told us then, now this is what, July, right? Probably? July?
I think it's July.
Okay.
July. June.
Thank
July.
you. Thanks for clearing that up. We appreciate that.
I say anything stupid today.
That was well done by you there, Times. Yes, it wasn't either June or July, and I needed your help on it, and you did nothing for me. Anyway.
Hold on, wait, because I got July.
I'm on Burgundy.
Nice job by you. Anyway, he had not been on campus an entirely long time at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And he told Dane and I at that point that he had, in his short time at Ohio State, and he said this respectfully, said that he received more coaching in that short time at Ohio State than in his previous multiple years at Kansas State, 3 or 4 years at Kansas State. Like Chip Kelly, Ryan Day had that big of an impact in that short amount of time.
Yeah.
And he seemed at that point, if you would, like when I talked to him, it sounded like a guy who'd been at Ohio State, an Ohio kid who'd been at Ohio State for the last 4 years. Like he was that confident, that ingrained in the program. And I was so impressed with him.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was impressed with. It was just how he took the coaching and applied it to the field. I heard him say those comments, and it was a little concerning because at that time, once he said that, it was like, this guy has been in college for all these years. You're thinking you're going to get this veteran guy, like he should know the game of football. And to hear Ryan Day and Chip Kelly say things to him that he's like, man, I never heard it like that before.
Right.
Like, I was a little nervous because I'm like, all right, so now essentially this like taking a freshman and teaching him new tricks, teaching him new things from high school. Like, that's how I took it. And the first half of the season, it was like, okay, he's decent. Like,
right.
But he is missing throws. He's having those games where he's throwing the ball, and it's like, who the heck are you throwing it to? It's a pick that he'll throw straight to the guy, like he planned on it going to him. And it was just like, And then, the Oregon game happened. And then I started seeing him against the Purdue's and then the Northwestern game. And then it's like, okay, once before we got to the Team Up North game, I was like, that dude looked pretty darn good.
Right.
Like I said it. I was on Bishop and Friends. I was like, this guy looks like a championship quarterback. Like he has that DNA. It was the Indiana game that really sold it for me. I was like, yeah, this dude is like, if he gonna play like this, like they're good to go. And he had the little swag to him, putting cigarettes out. I'm like, oh, I like that. This dude got some passion behind him. And then obviously he went on the great run, and that's when I was like, they made the right choice.
Craig brought up a great point in the chat. I feel like everyone has forgotten that Will Howard was a transfer. I don't think I've ever seen a transfer where everyone forgets their previous school. In 1 year, he became a 4-year Buckeye. That's a great way to put it. Like he's Buckeye for life, like you mentioned. Yeah, he's Buckeye for life.
Yeah,
and
he know that.
I know he knows. I know, but like still,
he better embrace that.
It's a thing where I was impressed with them back then, and more impressed with what they were able to overcome to win this championship this year and the run they went on. And it's a phenomenal story. One of those things where I wish he'd been here for 4 years now. You know what I mean? But like I hope he does well at the next level as he goes on to the NFL. I don't know when he'll get drafted, but he's somebody who I think still needs some work before he's an NFL caliber quarterback.
Yeah.
But I would love having him as my backup or number 3 quarterback on an NFL team.
I think if the perfect scenario for him is if he sat behind like a Josh Allen. I think that'd be perfect.
I think go to San Francisco.
Go to San Francisco.
Go there. There's Shanahan too.
Go there. Go to Vikings.
Yeah, something like that.
Get with a good quarterbacks coach that knows how to teach you the game to help you continue to keep elevating what Ryan Day and Chip Kelly has already taught you. Because the good thing about him, the reason that what makes him such a great prospect is because you've watched him take coaching in 1 year and apply it and see how good he was from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. It's 2 totally different Will Howards. So it tells me that this kid understands coaching and he knows how to apply it on the field. And if I'm an NFL coach, I see he has the arm talent. I see he has the accuracy. I see he has mobility. I see he understands how to read defenses. So if I can critique a couple of things here, then maybe we could have something here.
And look at the end of his Kansas State career to where he's at the end of the Ohio State career, like as far as just the growth there as well.
I mean, he threw way more touchdowns with us, and he didn't even rush for as many. Maybe he didn't rush for as many touchdowns this year because he didn't have to.
Like night and day.
Yeah.
Cole, if Tyvus had a throwing contest with Will Howard, I know Tyvus thinks he would win. Who would you put your money on?
I think I'd have to go with 18.
You're crazy.
I think I'd go with Will Howard also.
What do you just want to? You're a philanthropist?
All right, Will Howard left-handed or Eddie George?
Oh, Will Howard left-handed.
Yeah, I think Will Howard left-handed right now. I think that's probably a good call by you. I love that we're just ripping Eddie George. He has no idea.
I love Eddie.
Will somebody tell him? Do you have anybody that will be listening right now that would tell Eddie George we said that about him?
They have no idea, but it's the facts.
You got Eddie's cell phone number?
No, I don't have Eddie's cell phone.
Does Cardale?
Where does he live?
He's in Tennessee. He's head coach of Tennessee State.
Oh, what am I talking about?
I've learned that Cardale is like, it's like he might as well be the mayor.
Because he has everybody's number. He knows everybody.
Yeah, man. He's very connected out here. It's ridiculous.
He was kind of cold to me.
Is he?
When I met him on the field.
What did he do? Give you the cold shoulder?
Give me the cold. I told him what you said about him being 300 pounds.
Oh, well, I mean.
And he kind of looked at me side-eyed and then went on his way.
And when he walked away, did the earth move?
Oh, God, you're so mean to the all-time Ohio State great Cardale Jones.
Borrow his Tesla.
Hey, Cardale carried this man to a championship.
He carried
you to a championship.
Well, obviously, we couldn't carry him. It's too much weight.
Let's cut that one up and send it to Cardale Jones. Please, let's do that. Coming up next. Good Lord. You do that to McGuff, and now you do this to Cardale? You're on a roll today, man.
Is he here or is he in Cleveland?
Cardale?
Yeah.
He's here.
He's here. I'm using his truck today.
Why are you using his truck?
Yeah, do you just use all of his cars?
I mean, yeah.
Use his Tesla?
Why not?
Why do you need his truck?
Well, my wife was going to...
Don't act like you're a one-car family.
I am a one-car family.
No, there's no way in hell you're a one-car family.
I'm a one-car family.
No, dude.
Yes.
Okay, you're one-car, two-truck family then.
But you have two parents who are capable of driving and both who work.
My wife works from home, though.
Isn't she a teacher?
Yeah, she works from home.
Yeah, but
it's an online teaching.
You only have one car?
She might have to run to the grocery store.
I do the grocery shopping.
And besides, Tyvus doesn't really work. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So she never drives except for when she's like driving back home to Worcester or something.
Or when you're not home. When you're home, she can drive.
Yeah.
I feel like we should probably investigate. This now seems it's a little bit like controlling. Now it seems controlling.
Why would I make this up?
No, I believe you. It's just
I just said
weird.
The fact you don't let your wife drive. I think that right there is.
My wife does drive.
You don't let her take the car. When you're gone, it's like she can't.
It's her truck.
She's a prisoner in the home.
It's
when
her,
you're not
it's
there.
her vehicle. I'm the one that's vehicle.
Sounds shady to me.
So this is what happened, Cole. We had two vehicles. I had a Challenger that I bought when I was playing, and my wife had a what she had? She had a Chevy Chevy Blazer, right? Okay. And what happened is we ended up getting pregnant with our second daughter, and she felt that the Blazer just wasn't enough room. So what happened was we took both of our cars and traded them in together, and she got the Tahoe. So they gave me $30,000. Her Blazer was a lease. They gave us $30,000 for my Challenger. The truck I think was $60,000. So technically it's $30,000. So I gave her my Challenger so she can have the truck that she wants because I didn't need a car. So therefore I'm carless while she got the car.
I didn't need a car. Yet you're the only one who ever leaves the house apparently.
Yeah, you know what it feels like to me. Feels like he's waiting for Cardale to buy him a car.
Why would he buy me a car?
Because now you're doing this now because you're acting like you can only afford one car.
Now let's do this. Not to put his business out there.
I'm broke.
How many cars does Cardale have?
Two.
I've seen, and you've borrowed both of them.
He's got the Tesla and then the.
So yesterday I actually had the Tesla yesterday. And he's such a great guy. He said, you know what, I need that Tesla. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you the truck and we're just going to swap cars.
Okay, now this is the...
So he swapped me the truck for the car.
Okay, now I got to think logistically here and we're up against it, whatever. But this is important.
Yes.
So when he drives his car to you, or does your wife drive you to his house to pick up his car and then she drives back home?
Well, depends.
How does it swap?
Depends. So like yesterday I had his Tesla. So he just came with the car, hit the truck. And he dropped the truck off and took the Tesla. But like today, I'm dropping his truck.
So there were two of his cars at your house at one time.
Correct. So today, I'm giving him his truck back because I only needed it to come here.
You're a parasite.
And I'm gonna drop the truck back off to him today.
There needs to be some mutualism here. You gotta. What are you offering him in this relationship?
Fatherly advice.
That's exactly right. He gave him his arm strength, right? That's what we got on this one. Yes, that's what it was.
Advice.
Good Lord.
He's a great guy.
He's a saint just like your wife.
Cardale's a great guy.
All right, coming up next, we'll get you ready for the day in sports. Got some great hoops games on tap this week, and we'll do that next. Fan Sports Saturday on the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Hi, Bob Mashuter back with a huge message for 2025. Dick Mashuter Ford is offering the biggest deals in a decade to kick off the new year. How about new Broncos for up to $16,000 off? New F-150s up to $11,000 off, and up to $12,000 off of Super Duties. If you resolve to save money this new year, then don't wait and grab your new Ford to kick off an awesome 2025. Dick Mashuter Ford. Closed Sundays because it's the right thing to do, but 24/7 at mashuterford.net.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Regenerative treatments for joint pain are creating lots of excitement in the orthopedic community. QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Ray Tessner recalls a recent conversation with one of the country's most acclaimed orthopedic doctors.
He said, when you and I are young, the arthroscope was a quantum leap in treating orthopedic problems. I think regenerative medicine is the new arthroscope.
Surgery is no longer the go-to solution for chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back. QC Kinetics is leading the next quantum leap. All natural regenerative treatments that provide relief and mobility.
I think one of the tenets of being a good physician is the old saying of do no harm. That's what I enjoy about this form of treatment is there's very little chance that we're going to cause harm, and that's refreshing to me to be able to eliminate the dangers that can come sometimes with surgeries.
Book your free consultation today in Dublin or Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Morning Juice.
Being fresh, if you're not prepared to play, doesn't matter. You don't want to be fresh and soft. You want to be fresh and firm, Beam. You can't, quote, practice soft and play hard.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
Come in. Joe, I wasn't expecting to see you. Why does everybody say that? I came to congratulate you. No joke. Well, it was a hard-fought campaign. Campaign? I'm talking about $5 at Great Lakes Kia. Great Lakes Kia, where new Kias are less than lunch. Brand new Kias, $5 a day. I'm being serious right now. Only at Great Lakes Kia. Guess what? And by the way, get 0% financing for 72 months. Lease new 25 Kia Sorrentos LX, just $5 a day. And we love that third row seating, don't we? And new K4s, LXS, just $5 a day. No joke. Even new K5s, LXS, just $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia. But what about credit? Come on, man. If you've got a job, you ride $5 a day. Here's the deal. Go to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. My first home was $5. Not kidding around.
Tax and tag to qualified buyers. Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more Perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness. Beautifully marbled, beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef. And more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good. But bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Just because it's the weekend doesn't mean we shut up. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Fan Sports Saturday, final segment of the program. Game day's next. By the way, stick around. 6:15 tonight. We'll have the coverage of the Duke, North Carolina game. And then at 6:30, the opening tip-off of that one. And Tyvis, early in the show, I asked people to send in questions they want. Here's one that somebody sent me a text directly on, and I'm not sure what this means. Ask Tyvis any updates, and I think this is probably autocorrect. This says blondes on the broke stick, but I think it means blondes on the fire stick. And he was asking any updates on that. And I'm not sure what it means, but I don't know what you can say. I know that this is not the 3 to 6 weekday show, so I'm not sure if there's restrictions on what you can say on the Saturday show versus Man and Bone. But is there any update, or is that something we should just let it go?
No, there's no update.
Okay.
I went to bed early last night, so
all right.
I wasn't wandering. I wasn't wandering.
That's probably the less I know,
scrolling the fire
better. So, Phil, there's your answer on that one. So, going on, a lot of college hoops going on this week, a lot of good stuff, too. We have Ohio State, Illinois tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Big game for Ohio State. Our coverage starts at noon. Timmy Hall with the fan warm-up show. I'll be on 11 to 12 tomorrow with DeVere leading into that, 11 a.m. to noon. And then Ohio State women tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. We had Kevin McGuff on earlier in the day for that. They host Washington tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Go check that game out. But like even today, Florida, Tennessee, number 5, number 8. This is the time of year.
Isn't Tennessee like missing a star player or something?
I'm not sure if they are or not. That would have been great show research for me, which I did not do on Tennessee basketball.
I don't blame you.
Their colors are orange and white.
What's that?
Reimer, get back on the show.
Yeah, somebody call Reimer really quickly and ask him to give me a sex. Anyway, so that's going on today. But the Ohio State Illinois game tomorrow is huge.
Yeah, it is.
If the Buckeyes can pull off a win on the road in Champaign,
it's hard to win there.
Oh, it's brutal to try to win.
Well,
there.
it's ultimately going to come down to that. If that big man plays, it's hard for Ohio State. That's the one thing I wanted to talk to
Reimer.
No, not Reimer. I wanted to ask Jake Diebler about that last night when we ran out of time. About when you go up against these teams with good bigs, it's been like kind of y'all kryptonite. What have you done now to try to offset that? But I didn't. We ran out of time, so I couldn't ask him.
I'm glad you said something because I don't want to get fired for this, but I forgot to play the Jake Diebler sound. Any of the sound from him on the show yesterday. So now I'm going to go ahead and pay off on that tease. Here is Jake Diebler talking about how they are finding a rhythm as a team. This is perfect timing. Thank you, Tyvis.
I appreciate it. Yeah, our guys are really connected right now, and we're starting to benefit from some consistency with these lineups. But I think we're really growing and like where we're at. We're starting to pick up a little momentum. It seems we can. Hey, every single game, it's like one right after another. Tough game after tough game after tough game. So we gotta keep this going here as we head into Champaign, Illinois here in a couple days.
It is nice to see Ohio State men's basketball team winning games in January.
Yeah, because it's been a rough couple of years.
It's been a hot minute. In January this year, now that January is over, Ohio State finished 4-4 in the month.
I'll take that.
I'll take that. I would have taken it last year.
It was like 0-8, though.
I would take the year before that, the year before that. You're talking about NCAA tournament appearances if they do a 4-4 in January.
Yeah. It shows you that he's and like I said, with this lineup, with Michi being gone and losing the big at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, lost Bradshaw. Now he's back playing off the bench. But
so it's like it's been a lot of stuff that's gone into this season that they've had to really stay consistent and try to find some their rhythm with all that going on. And it's good to see Mobley stepping up, Devin Royal playing more than he probably anticipated. And he's been really good. So I think you've really found some stuff out of some of the guys that's younger that you're going to probably have here for a year or two after their season.
Jeff Rimmer's middle half says, wife not driving? Come on, man. He's accusing you of not letting your wife drive.
My wife drives.
I'm telling you.
I don't understand. My wife, first of all, people got to realize I hate driving. Like, I'm one of those drivers.
That's why it's a good thing Cardale got you a Tesla. Auto drive for you.
Well, I don't.
The
crazy thing is, I don't even really use that thing. Yeah. Like the autopilot. I drive myself.
I got you.
But I don't really leave. The only time I leave the house is when I go to work or work out.
I got you. Like I said, work out in there or go to Chick-fil-A on your liquid diet.
I was on my way here. So.
I got you. You brought in food right now from Warriors. Is that what you got? Brought it in for the last segment.
It's a salad.
It's a salad. Sure it is.
It's a salad.
Yeah. I'd like to order a large Caesar salad, hold the salad, add a sandwich. That's what that is right there.
What's that salad place that you've been frequenting lately?
Chop 5.
Chop 5. We did a whole segment about Chop 5 on Man and Bone a few weeks ago. So he thinks doing a segment.
He thinks doing a segment counts as eating healthy. Yeah. Doing a segment does not consider do a segment on protein shakes. Doesn't mean I'm drinking a protein shake when I get out of here. Tyvis, it's been a lot of fun, buddy.
Same. Always is, Tito. I appreciate you for waking up Saturday and not oversleeping.
There you go.
I know you need your naps and whatnot.
Cole, thanks for your hard work. I know I threw a lot on you with sound. I appreciate that.
It's all good. Reimer's got you next week so you guys can catch up on all of Tennessee's basketball injuries.
There we go. We'll keep an eye on that. Thanks so much. Make sure you stick around. Game day is next right here on 97.1 The Fan.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for two things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? Truehold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You'll find low prices on thousands of items. The yellow and red tags mean you'll save big on sparkling ice water, Kroger brand chips, and so much more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Look here. These teeth,
yeah?
They're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster. Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for